Hello and welcome to Black Dragon Gaming. My name is Today's Zero, but all my friends call me Cat, and you can too. Today we are doing Umineko with Mal, as you know, every week on Thursdays.
Hey everyone.
Yeah, I am still eating my food because pot pies take longer in the microwave than you'd expect.
That's fair. That's right, you recently rediscovered the joys of pot pies.
Yeah. Okay, why does that second one not in bed? That's weird. Or that first thing. Fixed it. That's good. Oh, I did notice on Monday that you made your avatar, which is pretty nice.
Oh yeah, I put it on all my social medias for the most part.
Hell yeah. So how have you been since Monday?
I've been doing
so I can eat.
Yeah. Been doing pretty good. Nothing incredibly new. I am kind of looking at the game that's coming out tomorrow called Unicorn Overlord. It looks interesting.
I didn't know that was a game. I thought it was an anime or something.
Oh yeah, no, that's a game from the same people that made Odin Sphere.
I don't know what that is.
Oh, you've never checked out Odin Sphere? You would probably
not at least.
You would probably be interested in it.
Odin Sphere. I looked at the fucking cover art and I was like, that looks like a PS2-esque game. And then I looked at the look at the Wikipedia. It's just like, oh yeah, it's developed by Vanillaware for the PS2. I was like, oh okay, yeah.
Yep.
Excellent. Look at me, I'm so smart.
Pattern recognition. But yeah, for Odin Sphere, you do go through quite a few protagonists. I'm kind of wishy-washy because at least it looks like...
I might have played this actually. I think, when I was quite young.
I can see that.
I think I might have played this. I'm looking at it and this looks very familiar.
Yeah, and I think you would definitely get something out of it now.
Hello, Bedwords. Welcome on in.
Yeah, welcome in, Bedwords. Because it definitely has a lot of that, Nordic, Germanic,
I bet it does not do it very accurately though. That is my assumption, but that's my assumption for everything that has to do with mythology from 15 years ago.
Yeah, that's also fair. Because it also grabs it very loosely and does that very obviously.
I'm cool with people making levitate or something like that, some random object like a spear or whatever, rather than a wand or whatever, because it's not very clear what's going on in there. Most of the time, it's done as a sword, but it's mostly a staff or something like that, or that's what the assumption is anyway. Because the word itself means stick of destruction, more or less.
Ah, fair enough.
Could be a sword. It could be any straight or relatively straight object, right?
Yeah.
Just from that name. But what I don't like is when they just oh yeah, let's make Hel and Loki bad people. Fuck off.
Yeah. Yeah, Hel, Loki, of course Hades gets that treatment so often.
Mm-hmm.
One of the few things that got it pretty right is Percy Jackson, actually.
Yeah. Where Hades was just mostly pretty private. He didn't show up very often.
Yeah, pretty private. Had nothing to do with Zeus's thunder getting stolen. Zeus's lightning.
Mm-hmm. Because why would he?
Yeah,
why would he have anything to do with that?
Yeah, he's dealing with an ever-expanding domain. Why would he care about what's going on over there? And the only reason he comes into conflict is because they went into went into Hades. And rule is, you don't get to come out.
Yeah. And then one of his kids showed up as one of the demigods of the big three that's supposed to cause the downfall of Olympus or whatever.
Hmm.
So I don't remember the kid's name, but
Yeah, I can't remember names very well
I
anyway.
know he was like up in 12 or something like that in the thing.
But yeah, in Odin Sphere, your first character is a Valkyrie, actually.
That sounds so much more familiar every time. It's just like Percy, Grover, and Annabelle that I remember the names of, and that is literally it.
That's fair.
Which, like, I think is fair because, like, that's all of them. That's the three main characters. So,
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
if I remember anyone's names, it better be them.
Yeah, I mean, that would make the most sense, you know. No, you remember a random side character.
Like, I remember the characters, just not their names, right? Like, I remember that Zeus's contribution to the big three, like the children that's supposed to
Yeah.
cause the prophecy thing, was a girl who entered Artemis' service and became like the like youthful virgin bullshit, and that way she would never reach 16 or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh,
Whatever age it was,
geez.
like 16 or 17 or whatever. It's like never come of age is the thing, and I was just like, you you still get older, like in a literal sense. Like you don't age, but you're still gonna be 16 next year.
Yeah.
When I was reading it,
Yeah,
like, what are you doing?
Yeah, like, you would have to stop someone's personal growth, which would be very odd.
Well, I mean, the conceit there was that like the like pack of girls that were with Artemis really did just like stay young forever. Like they stopped aging whenever they joined the group. But my point is, like, she would still be 16 next year, even if like she stopped aging at 15, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Well, my point is, like, mental aging. You would have to halt that too.
Mental growth. Gotcha.
Yeah, you would literally have to stop their growth as a person, which would be pretty fucked.
I think that would still count to be like 16 next year, right? Like, just because like someone is stunted mentally doesn't mean they don't age.
I mean, true, but also, I think in that case, it's very weird. You know what? I'm not going to get into it because it is such a weird choice.
Yeah, that was just like a weird way to get around that fucking prophecy. It's like, come on. Why? You just have like the person get killed or something. Or like stuck outside of time. It doesn't matter. Like do something with it.
Yeah, so Vanillaware has made Bone Sphere, 13 Sentinels, and they're doing, like I said, Unicorn Overlord.
Yeah, I thought that was gonna be like an anime or something like that. And I was like, okay, I'll look into that later. And no, apparently it's a JRPG.
Yep, it is a JRPG. Looks like it's probably like a fantasy tactics sort of game.
Right on.
I just wish they gave you a choice of protagonist.
That's like my big thing with JRPGs most of the time is like I don't like the characters enough to like play them for 100 hours most of the time.
Yeah, that's fair.
Like, Velvet was an exception just because it's Velvet.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. Like, there's a reason I got you that game.
It's the same thing with like, Western RPGs and like RPGs from all over the world, really. It's just like I don't know if I like your character enough to play them for 100 hours, Like I'll play them for 10 hours or whatever for a short game, sure. But 100? I don't know about that.
Yeah, that's fair. I think it's probably kind of okay for a fantasy tactics game, because you're really spending time with the whole, array of people that you're going to be controlling anyway.
Ember, why do you have the zoomies on stream? What the fuck, dude?
Alright.
Ember.
So, this time
Amber,
we will actually
not let us know.
we will actually finish
Yeah.
out episode 2, which continues the warning for Manass.
Yeah, of course, as always. Which can we get the content warning? Thank you. You just did that as I was saying it. Excellent.
Yep.
There we go. Content warning for everyone. Mio bought me. I told you about this the other day, but Mio bought me Neo 2 after Tuesday's stream because I guess it was on sale or something, or maybe they just saw it on the store and went, "Hey, I've got some spare cash. I might as well throw a game at someone's face." I don't know. And I have like 700 hours or whatever in like the PS4 version, right?
Mhm.
So I'm running around trying to use skills on my character that I just straight up don't have yet. Because like I haven't even gotten to the point where you can get the secret fucking skill scrolls or whatever. Because like there are the martial arts manuals things in that game. There are drops from like specific bosses or what have you, and it's fun. I want to say because like I do really like Neo 2. Don't get me wrong. It's just I miss my cool skills.
That's fair.
There's like there's one boss in the game, Saito Yoshimitsu, and they have a very specific grapple that like basically like they stab you in the chest, and then they like draw in real close, all like intimately, and then just rip it out your side, which is great. And you can get that skill from them if you fight them and get the skill text from them. And that's the one that I'm missing. Like, I really like that one. Like it's got a benefit over the normal grapple too. It has 3 hits instead of 2, and brain. Your anima is charged up, which your anima is your fucking yokai energy, your yoki. It fuels your supernatural abilities, which is great. But like the 3-hit thing is like each grapple has usually 2 hits is like the first contact, and then like when you throw them on the ground or what have you. The dragon series of grapples though, like you get the first hit when you stab him, and then you twist the blade, and then you rip it out the side. So you get 3 hits. So like if you got a weapon with a fucking like poison or whatever on it, it triggers it 3 times, which is beautiful. But my point is, I want people to play this game with me, but it's not very popular anymore. I don't know if it was ever really popular, but I fucking love it. It's great. It's been reminding me of like, because I've always played the Wandering God in Neo 2, right? Like I made the Wandering God in Neo 2 to like get a feel for her combat style and everything.
Right.
And I'm just like, I just have the entire story that I've written for the Wandering God going through my skull all the time now. It's not it's a full-on tragedy. It's awful.
That's definitely fair. So yeah, last time things got pretty fucky with Rosa just deciding everybody but her is a wolf.
Well, her and Maria, of course.
Yeah, her and her daughter. Which, really goes back on what she said about treating Battler as her kid.
Well, I don't think she considered, like, George a wolf, right? He just fucking left. He was like, nah, fuck this.
Oh yeah, no, he left on his own. Though, she probably would have considered him a wolf.
Yeah, at this point. Considering, like, the letter thingy.
Yeah, exactly. Like, enough would have happened one way or another. And, another anime battle.
It's weird how many anime battles are in this. Then again, though, it's from, like, the mid-2000s, so it's kind of expected, but also
Yeah,
still
a little bit.
weird.
Oh, let's see. Battler's figure was in the dining hall. He didn't feel like going back to the guest house in the middle of all this rain. He wandered half-heartedly around the mansion in search for any place where he could sit, before setting up camp in the dining hall. He didn't even lock the door. Thought the shapeless murderer or maybe the Golden Witch might come to kill him now that he was isolated. But he no longer had any desire to resist.
Genji's not dead yet, right? As far as we know?
That's right, Genji just started wandering around the mansion.
Okay, so he's not in one central place where, like, Battler can go, like, hang out with him. Fair
Yeah.
enough.
He didn't even feel like using a locked door to hold off the culprit. He wanted that person to come at him openly from the front. If it was the killer, he wanted to ask them about some of those wonderful closed room tricks as a parting gift. If it was the witch, he hoped she'd at least take his life with some spectacular magic. However, ironically, neither of these two came to meet him.
Yeah, like, the 13 sacrifices are already done, right?
Yeah, the amount of people who have to die are already dead. Battler opened the liquor cabinet on his own and
Hell yeah,
enjoyed
buddy.
the liquor to his heart's content. No longer was there anyone to scold him for drinking alcohol. He boldly rested his legs on the extravagant tablecloth and savored the high-quality liquor, which probably had a mind-boggling price, drinking it down straight from the bottle.
I've done that. Really expensive liquor, just, like, kicked back and drinking it from the bottle.
Then, someone knocked. Battler realized that someone had finally come to greet him.
おー、鍵なんかかかってねえぜ。
Hey, it's not locked.
誰でも入ってきてくれ。
Whoever you are, please come in,
そして自己紹介を頼むぜ。
and go ahead and introduce yourself.
人間なら名前を名乗ってくれ。
If you're human, please give me your name.
ベアトリーチェだってんなら3サイズを
What
教
the
えてくれ
fuck, dude?。
If you're Beatrice, please tell me your bust size. And though
I
what
mean,
he's,
at this point, he's just, like, so far gone that he just doesn't give a shit anymore, so
Yeah.
fair enough.
yeah.
I
Though,
might crack a similar joke in this situation.
though I will note he actually is asking for the 3 sizes, not just the 1.
Mm.
Because he even literally says, like, the English 3.
Oh, yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to that. So I was making jokes. Fuck.
そりゃこう見
The
れば
downsides of being the peanut gallery.
ちょいと知られたおっぱいソムリエなんだぜ。
Fucking Christ. I may not look it, but I'm well known as a breast sommelier. You see? Yeah, I can't hiccup on command, so you'll just have to deal. Thank
There
you.
源氏でございます。バトラ様。
It is Genji, Lord Battler.
ふん。源氏さんか。悪いが、あんたのバストのサイズに興味はねえな。
Kenji, huh? Sorry, but I've got no interest in your bust size.
入ってくれよ。空いてるぜ。
Please come in. It's unlocked.
失礼いたします。
Excuse me.
Genji opened the door and bowed. So, is Genji the criminal after all, or maybe an accomplice? That theory would probably explain most of the tricks.
あんたが、俺に引導を渡しに来たのかい。
Did you come to give me my last rites?
そのようなことはございません。
Nothing of the sort.
お邪魔なようでしたら、失礼いたします。
I apologize if I am disturbing you.
Nah, he probably just fucking wants someone to talk to.
If he'd known where you were, he probably would have come
お
see
い
you.
おい、要件も伝えず失礼しますじゃ。かえって気持ち悪いぜ。
Hey, saying I'm sorry without even telling me what you want is actually pretty creepy.
何の用だよ。
What do you want? Are you gonna tell me that drinking alcohol is forbidden for minors? I'll just die
最
anyway.
後くらい好きにさせてくれ。
Please let me do what I want, now that it's all about to end.
バトラ様は、死せる最後のわずかな時間を、
Lord Battler, do you love alcohol so much?
そのように怠惰に過ごされることを お望みですか?
That you would spend the little time you have left drinking. No, I mean, like, it doesn't really matter if they actually like alcohol or not. People are probably going to drink when they're about to die.
Yeah, a little bit. Numb the senses and all that.
Might as well enjoy some alcohol, even if you, like, you normally don't. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, exactly. Those words pierced me. That wasn't true.
今更何ができるってんだ。
I just can't cope if I don't drink.
俺はいつだって死ぬ準備はできてるぜ。
Can't even taste the alcohol at all.
You know, I've never actually understood that. People's, like, saying, like, they're so nervous they can't taste something, or they feel so bad they can't taste stuff. It's just like, huh? I can always taste everything. Whether or not I enjoy it is a different matter, but, like, I can always taste it. I wonder if it's just like an idiom that I don't get or something like that. That I'm taking too literally or something.
No, I think it's just because you're neurodivergent specifically, because I've definitely been so goddamn nervous that at the very least food is muted in taste.
Alright, so that's like a real thing that I just don't get.
Yeah, exactly. Granted, it is for people who experience high stress situations, and it's probably specific to specific people. Some have it stronger than others, kind of thing.
Fair enough. Because, like, you know how I say that, like, I can't remember sensations very well, right?
You're right.
Like, the taste, smells, etc. I actually can remember the taste of a specific alcohol that I had after my stepfather died. And that was, like, 6 years ago now. I haven't had it since, but I can still remember the taste.
That's fair. It could also be
So,
Battler saying, I can't taste the alcohol anymore.
Maybe.
Like, he's just pretty much...
Like, rather than, like, stuff getting muted for me in high-stress situations, I seem to remember them better, actually.
Yeah, that's definitely something that can happen as well. Because a stress response is definitely to remember things very vividly to then avoid the stressful thing later. Or at least one theory of why.
So this might not be like a neurodivergence thing. This might just be like, I am wired this way where other people are wired that way sort of deal.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, one of those things where it's a spectrum. Because I could still, like, taste things, even under those situations. It's just muted.
There is nothing on that plate for you, Kat.
親方様と同じですが、本当
You were just like the master.
親方様の血を色濃く受け継がれている。
Indeed, you inherited the master's blood strongly. I don't think like a love of alcohol goes in the blood.
実はいつ死んでもいいと思ってたってのか?
So if it did, I would be an alcoholic.
Yeah.
I would also be a lightweight, but I'm not. I'm not either of those things.
You mean grandfather, the heavy drinker, was drinking to drown his sorrows the whole time?
それは初耳だぜ。
First I've heard of it. Kinda would have assumed that, given, like, all of his fucking monologues.
Yeah, his fucking like manic monologues and emotional shifts.
Yeah. Then again, Battler hasn't seen any of those, so...
It's true, yeah.
It's basically been Kraus and Dr. Nanjo, and of course Genji.
Probably Shannon and Cannon as well.
Oh yeah, probably Shannon and Cannon.
親方様の人生は
Several.
いくつかの悲しい出来事の末、すべて贖罪のためのものとなり果てたのです。
After several sad incidents, the Master's life was reduced to one of atonement alone. Well, he's not doing a very good fucking job of it.
Yeah, no.
I was actually thinking about this off stream, but like, what he's doing is not atonement at all.
Yeah, no.
Like, he's not actually trying to make up for this shit. He just, like, he's begging for forgiveness and for his own satisfaction.
Yeah, he's centering everything on himself. which is not how you apologize and is not how you atone.
Yeah, absolutely the fuck not. There's a reason why atonement is so big in like religions and shit like that. It's because like people need help like figuring out what how to do it.
Yeah.
Most people like see the surface level of it and go, okay, I do that. But no, that's not what you do.
Yeah, you have to change a lot of mindset to properly atone.
But you can't see that shit from the outside, so.
Nope. Like, yeah, all they see is you do a bunch of charitable acts or things that are good on the surface that you can see the results of. What is it you know?
Yeah, my one of the things that I always say about this sort of thing is like, when someone keeps apologizing for stuff, it's just like they say like, "Oh, I'm sorry." It's like, no, you're not. If you were, you'd have stopped doing it by now. When you're actually sorry, you genuinely try to like stop doing the thing that you're sorry for, right?
Right.
Age-reaching ceremony was completed when the 8th twilight ended.
もう全てをお話ししてもよいかと思います。
I believe I can tell you everything now.
なんだって。
What did you say? My drunkenness was completely blown away. Lowered my feet from the table and listened carefully to hear what Genji would say next.
バトラ様、親方様の書斎へご案内申し上げます。
Lord Battler, I shall guide you to the master's study.
親方様たちに直接お話を聞かれるのがよろしいでしょう。
It would probably be best to hear it directly from both the master and...
じい様たち。
From both grandfather and...
おい、それは一体どういう...
Hey, what in the world do you mean by that?
さあ、こちらへご案内申し上げます。
This way, I shall guide you.
バトラ様。
After Genji told me to follow him, he started walking down the corridor. I threw my drunkenness off completely and went after him.
Fuck that, take the bottle with you.
Climbed a big staircase towards the 3rd floor. Genji stopped walking halfway, then turned back and spoke.
バトラ様、これよりバトラ様は理解できぬものを見るでしょう。
Lord Battler, from here on, you will probably see things that you will not be able to understand.
脅すなよ。
Don't think that'll scare me.
理解できねえもんなら、今日嫌になるほど見てるぜ。
I've already seen enough incomprehensible things to make me sick.
見えるものを見えるがままに。
Please, accept what you see as you see it.
聞こえるものを聞こえるがままに受け入れてくださ
And
い。
accept what you hear as you hear it.
なぜも何も必要はありません。
Why? What? There's no need for questions like that.
バトラ様はただ真実を知ることになるでしょう。
You will learn the truth, and that is all.
それをお認めになるかお信じになるか。
I will leave it completely up to you, Lord Battler.
あるいは否定されるかも。
Whether to accept it, believe it, or deny it.
お任せいたします。
Genji checked one last time to see whether I was prepared to know the truth. The 8th twilight had already ended, and on the 9th twilight the witch would revive and nobody would be left alive. It meant that Beatrice had already been revived, and it probably also meant that none of us would be allowed to return alive. If I was going to lose my life anyway, I wanted to know the truth in the end. Didn't matter how hard it might be to accept.
ああ、鬼が出ようと魔女が出ようと。
Yeah, even if a demon or a witch shows up, I'm prepared.
本当にあなたは親方様の若き頃にそっくりだ。
Indeed, you are just like the master in his youth.
バトラ様、どうかご勉学にお励みを。
Lord Battler, please be diligent in your studies.
あなたは将来 必ずや大きな志を持たれるでしょう。
In the future, you will surely have great aspirations.
そしてその時、足りぬ学力に一生後悔されることがありませんよ。
And when that time comes, see to it that you are never forced to regret a lack of study and training.
That's more from Genji, like, personally, than we've gotten for a
Mhm.
while.
Amber,
勉学
use your
に勤しめる
fucking
機会が
scratching
もらえ
post,
るなら
not the box,
ぜひ
asshole.
な。
I'd be happy to, assuming I ever get a chance to work hard in my studies. Genji's silence felt like it was further confirming a certain resigned feeling I had. And then the door to grandfather's study, surrounded by a sweet smell, came into sight. Genji took a gold key with an elegant design out of his pocket. The master keys had been confiscated by Aunt Rosa, but he kept the key to this study alone on his person. Put it in the keyhole, and made a heavy clunking sound.
親方様、源氏です。
Master, it is I, Genji.
バトラ様をお連れいたしました。
I have brought Lord Battler with me.
There was no reply, but it seemed that permission to go inside had been given.
さあ、バトラ様、どうぞ。お入りくだ
Come,
さ
Lord
い。
Battler, please, go in.
ああ、入るぜ。
Okay, I'll go in. Ready myself and threw the doors open. At that moment, I got slightly disoriented by the dazzling golden glow. It was unbelievably a swarm of butterflies that shone gold. The gold butterflies that completely filled the inside of the study poured out all at once. What
な
is
んだこりゃ。
this? It was almost like golden leaf confetti. The interior of Grandfather's study was filled with a golden glow.
Not bad, boy.
And on a sofa like a reception chair in front of the study desk, I could see Grandfather's back. There was someone on the side opposite from Grandfather. It was in shadow, so I couldn't see it well.
親方様、バトラ様をお連れしました。
Master, I have brought Lord Battler.
バトラか。今思考が忙しい。
Battler, is it? I'm busy thinking
し
now.
ばし沈黙せよ。
Be silent for a while. Kinzo declared that unhappily, his back still turned. Seemed he was enjoying a chess game with a visitor. Apparently the opponent had counterattacked with a superb move. Kinzo seemed to be enjoying himself as he thought deeply, while occasionally laughing and groaning.
30年考えた。
I have thought for 30
この
years.
一手をどう切り返すか。30年考えたぞ。
I have thought for 30 years about how to encounter this move.
楽し
Not
め。
encounter, counter. Fucking
30
counter.
年を寝かせた我が一手を楽しめ。
Have fun. Have fun with a move I have fermented for 30 years. You probably shouldn't phrase it like that.
I mean, he likes his alcohol.
I guess, but like, I don't know.
Also, there is, like, liquor is considered a bit more, at least sake is considered more sacred than, like,
That's
over
true.
here.
There are like holy wines
Exceptions,
and
yeah.
shit like that everywhere else.
Yeah, but it's one of those, things where it's not quite the same in that, like, when it comes to sake, it's a lot more in the family and a lot more, we're not going to bring in, like, modern sensibilities to the brewing, because it is something considered, like, conservative and sacred.
Hmm.
I'm not entirely a fan of that laugh.
Neither am I.
誠にこの一手は味わい深き熟成された一手よ。
Indeed, this is a deeply matured move.
楽しい楽しい
He's gonna fucking choke on his own goddamn neck and die, like, right in front of her.
Yeah, what fun, what fun.
かなわぬかなわぬ
I see I'm no match for you.
これはなんだってんだ。
What is this?
You were told not to ask questions, dumbass.
You were specifically asked not to ask what and why.
来たかバトラ。しばらく待て。
You came, Battler. I've been waiting for a while.
金蔵のために沈黙を。
Be silent for Kinzo's sake.
まだリザインは早いぞ、金
Isn't it too early to resign, Kinzo?
蔵。わらわならもう数手は切り返せる。
I could have countered that move in several ways already.
Should have been my first meeting with that witch. However, I knew this witch. Even though it was our first meeting, I knew her. From the portrait. More than just a portrait, but you don't know that.
Yeah, like, seeing a picture of someone is not meeting them. I don't think I actually need to say that, but, you know. Battler, what you're feeling right now is not because you've seen her in the portrait once or twice, alright?
源氏、バトラのために飲み物を振る舞え。
Genji, serve some alcohol for Battler.
この男によりふさわしきやつは何か
What would be an appropriate liquor for this man?
若き日より親方様が愛されている。いつも
Oh, you're gonna give this kid absinthe? Are you kidding me?
Hey, he's
That
gonna
which the
die.
master has loved since the days of his youth. Absinthe? Really?
Apparently.
Absinthe does not taste good. You drink it because it gets you fucked up.
I guess, you know, let's get fucked up and see the supernatural. Speaking mud and
I
rock.
guess. Fuck, dude. Like, no one has ever thought absinthe tastes good. Like, every time you, like, look at absinthe and like, how people describe it, it's always just like, oh yeah, it gets you super fucked up and then you have crazy thoughts. So, like, that's
そ
what...
れが良いぞ。振る舞ってやれ。
Ugh.
よくぞ来たな。後ろ宮バトラ。
Good, good. Serve it. You did well coming here, Ushiromiya Battler.
まずは座れ。
First, sit down.
そなたはわらわの名を何度も呼んだな。
You called my name many times, did you not?
それに免じ、わらわとの面会を許した。
In deference to that, I allowed you to meet me.
そしてお前は、わらわに何を聞く？
So, what will you ask me?
何を尋ねるのか？
What will you inquire?
黄金鏡の扉はもうじき開かれる。
The door of the Golden Land will soon be opened.
魔女たちを迎え入れてのわらわの復活を祝う宴はもうじきだぞ。
Soon we will have a banquet to celebrate my revival, at which I will be welcoming in the witches.
それまでの間、お前の問いにいくらでも答えてやろう。
In the meantime, I'll answer your questions, as many as you like.
聞きてえことは山ほどある。
I've got a bunch of things I want to ask.
この島で何が起こ
Honestly,
った？
fair.
What happened on this island?
そしてどうしてこんな事件が起こった？
Why did incidents like these occur?
密室についても聞きたい。
I want to ask about the closed rooms
礼
too.
拝堂は？
What about the
ジ
chapel?
ェシカの部屋は？
What about Jessica's
小
room?
日室は？
And the servant
ナツお
room?
ばさんの部屋は？
Not Natsuhi's room? And the parlor?
聞きたいことはまだまだある。魔女の正体は？
There's so much more I want to ask about the witch's true
本当
nature.
にベアトリーチェは魔女なのか
Is Beatrice really a witch?
何が目的だ俺たちに何をさせたい俺をなぜここへ呼んだんだ
What's your goal? What did you want to make us do, and why did you call me
One
here?
at a time, Battler. One at a
答えは
time.
全てだ
Answer me about everything.
やかましい問えば答えは変えるのか
Be quiet. You think you'll get answers if you ask?
そういうな金蔵。もろく儚い
Beatrice
雲の
literally
巣
said she would give him
ヘロ
answers,
デ
though.
の王から守ってくれることもある。
Don't say that, Kinzo. A fragile and fleeting spider web did offer protection from King Herod once.
この世に無駄なものなどないように、無駄な質問もまたない。
Just like there are no useless things in this world, there are also no useless questions.
That's honestly pretty nice, coming from her especially.
Yeah, just whether or not she'll actually bother to answer depends on how much you respect her.
よいよい。すべての質問に答えようぞ。
Very well, I'll answer all your questions,
ただし、条件が一つだけある。
but only on one condition.
なんだ
What is it?
すべてを聞き、わらわの存在に納得できたなら、
If you hear everything and are able to accept my existence,
ひざまずき、わらわの靴にキスをせよ。
then you will kneel and kiss my shoes.
お前を屈服させたくて、わらわはここへ呼びつけたのだから。
I called you here because I wanted to make you surrender to me.
わらわと金蔵は賭けをした。
Kinzo and I made a bet.
金蔵が次の手をひらめくのと、わらわがそなたを屈服させるのと、どちらが
We
早
bet
い
on which would come first. Kinzo thinking of a new move, or me making you surrender.
負ける気はせぬぞ。
I don't think I'll lose.
でけえ口を叩きやがって
Damn you, talking so tough.
ああいいぜ
Yeah, alright.
俺を納得させてみろ
Try and convince me.
お前が間違いなく魔女様で不思議で素敵な大魔法を使えるってことを納得させてみろよ
Try and convince me that you're a witch who can use weird, awesome, powerful magic.
屈服したならキスでも何でもくれてやれ
If I surrender, I'll kiss you or do anything else.
That's not what she said. Not kiss her, but like kiss her shoes. The difference.
Yeah. The witch cackled gloatingly. Then she glared at him, unpleasantly, with eyes that said a man can't go back on his word.
よくぞ言った。さて、どの問いから答えようか。
Well said. So from what question shall I begin?
すべて答えるぞ。
I'll answer everything.
さあ、まずは何からだ。
Come, what will the first one be? There we go. You know, I never thought I'd say this about a story, but these motherfuckers talk too much. Like, genuinely, like, every single line that they have is just super long.
And then the witch started to tell everything. He began answering all of Battler's questions. Everything made sense. He was convinced by all of it, and then Battler had no choice but to admit it. The witch certainly did exist. What followed is a story that needs no retelling. When the king falls and you are defeated, it's time to start reflecting on your finished game. And then, all you can do is set up the pieces one more time. Second game, Turn of the Golden Witch, result. I'm not gonna read the recap, that's too much.
Yeah.
But we are recapping all the deaths and whatnot.
6 who were chosen by the key.
Witch Beatrice revived on the ninth twilight. She finally opens the door to the Golden Land.
Which shall praise the wise and bestow the 4 treasures in the Golden Land. There they chose to revive the dead souls and the love that was lost. After all, if their desire had been a mountain of gold of any size, they would not have been able to receive it. Kinzo chose the person he had loved and lost. Maria chose the lost love of her mother. Genji chose a peaceful sleep.
Mood, Genji. I too would
Yeah,
love a
honestly.
nap.
Yeah. Sleep peacefully, Beatrice. Let nothing disturb your slumber ever again. The winner is the Golden Witch Beatrice, because time ran out before any of the 18 could solve the riddle of the gold. All 18 died. When the seagulls cried, none were left alive. That is a good, image of the sunrise, right?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It makes it look so golden, and, that's kind of, that's the point, but yeah, it's like a really good golden color for it.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So if he accepts the witch at the end of the second turn, what the fuck is the other 6 rounds for? What? That's my question. What the fuck?
I am very glad that you forgot.
I know that it needs all 18 and not just him.
Yeah, but Battler's the only
Yeah.
holdout.
Yeah, I know. It's sort of like, what the fuck is going on?
どこなのベアトリーチェ
Where are you, Beatrice?
姿を見せなさい
Show yourself.
ベアトリーチェ
Rosa finally arrived at the chapel, pointed her gun around, screaming the witch's name. There was no way she would receive an answer. After grimacing slightly, she noisily approached the table where her sibling's corpses still lay exposed, stretched out her arm towards a gold ingot. It's very heavy, but Rosa didn't mind. Wrapped that one up in a blanket and threw it over her shoulder.
せめてこの一つだけでも
At least, just this one.
これだけでも1000万以上の価値があるはず
This alone should be worth over 10 million. Without letting go of her gun, Rosa picked up the gold as well. Her shoulders were screaming, but Rosa didn't mind.
It's only 20 pounds. Get over it.
もうすぐだね。
It will happen very soon.
もうすぐ黄金鏡の扉が開く。
Very soon, the door to the Golden Land will open.
その気持ち悪い声で笑うのをやめなさい
Stop laughing with that creepy voice.
ベアトリーチェはどこにいるの
Where's Beatrice?
分かってるわどこかにいるんでしょ
Yeah, I know. She's around here somewhere, right?
あなたは知ってるんでしょ
You know where, right?
どこ
Where is she?
知らない。
I don't know.
探さなくても黄金鏡で会えるよ。
Even if you don't search for her, you'll be able to see her in the Golden Land.
その笑いをやめなさい
Stop laughing like that.
私が笑いたいくらいよ
Almost makes me want to laugh.
そうね あれは間違いなく魔女だったわ。
That's right, that was definitely a
間違いな
witch.
く魔女だった。
Definitely a witch.
私は分かってなかった。魔女を名乗る人間だと信じてた。違う。
Didn't understand. I thought she was a human calling herself a witch, but I was wrong.
あれは本当に魔女だった。
Really was a witch.
私はあんなのにごまかされないわよ。
Don't be fooled by something like
な
that.
んでしょう。
You're there, right?
出てきなさい。
Come out, show yourself.
ベアトリーチェ。
Some good lungs on that voice actress as well.
Lay down, Ember.
だからもうすぐ現れるよ。
I heard those imp laughs.
So did I. I told you she'll appear very soon.
黄金鏡の扉が開かれるよ。
The doors of the Golden Land will be opened. And now he's cleaning my arm. Thank you, Ember.
そうだ。それでよかったのだ。
That's right, isn't that splendid?
構わぬ。ルークを捨てるぞ。
I care not, I abandoned that brook.
持てるものすべてを失う覚悟がなければ至ることもできぬキングがお前という女なのだ。
You woman are a king that cannot be reached without the resolve to lose everything one has.
追い詰めるぞ、ベアトリーチェ。
I'll corner you, Beatrice.
せめてクイーンと言え。
At least call me a queen.
ほう、なかなかに妙手。
What a brilliant move.
諦めの悪さがそなたの。いや、後ろ宮の地下。
So your blood, no, the Ushirumiya blood is bad at giving up. That's bioessentialist.
心地よし。実に優雅な夜だ。
How pleasant. What an and truly elegant night.
Translators.
Yeah, translators. But I can't tell if that's a translator's problem or somebody did that by mistake while doing the modded bit of having this not cover the entire fucking screen.
Yeah, that's fair. But whoever it was, that
doesn't go there.
yeah, that's not how you use that.
親方様、ベアトリーチェ様、
Master, Lady Beatrice,
そろそろ宴の時間でございます。
it will soon be time for the banquet.
もうか、早い。
Already, that was fast.
お前と過ごす夜はいつも早く。
Every night I pass with you goes by swiftly.
月がリンゴのように落ち、川面より跳ねる小魚のように日が昇るのだ。
The moon falls like an apple and the sun leaps out of the river like a small fish. Oddly poetic, yeah?
He's an old man.
行こうではないか。
It's allowed.
時間だ。
It is time, so let us go.
立て、バトラ。
Rise, battler.
わらわの復活を祝う宴の始まりだ。
The banquet to celebrate my revival will now begin.
わらわの新しい家具。いや、玩具として紹介しようぞ。
I'll introduce you as my new furniture. No, as my new toy. Or my
俺き
toy,
りき
rather.
の魔女たち。
To the dignitaries among witches.
Which was relaxing elegantly, her feet thrown out from the sofa and resting on top of a footrest. However,
The
the
footrest,
footrest wasn't
yeah.
a part of the sofa, but a human. A human down on all fours.
ベアトリーチェ様、
Uh,
お召し替えのドレスでございます。
the next loops could be like just her fucking with Battler because he's a toy. But like, I don't have any like definitive idea on what's going on here. There's a few different options it could be, but like, I don't know. Lady Beatrice, your silk dress.
主品はお前だ。
Lady Daily Mix 3.
ホス
All
トは
right.
私だ。
Sure.
You
are
are
the
the
guest of honor. Oh, wait, yeah.
yeah.
It's
You. Yep, that's me. You are the guest of honor, but I am the host.
私は先に出ていよう。
I will go out first.
着付けの手伝いにシャノンでもおればよかったが、あいにく残れなかったようだな。
Would have been nice if Shannon were here to help dress you, but unfortunately, it seems she no longer remains.
使いたい時にいつもおらん。
Phrasing. She's never around when I
Yeah.
want to use her.
つくづく使えんやつよ。
An entirely useless person.
しかし、お前はよく残ってくれた。
However, you did well to remain here.
嬉しいぞ、我が友よ。
I'm happy, my friend.
ありがたいお言葉です。
I am grateful for your words.
よい、二人とも先に下で待て。
Good. Wait downstairs, you two.
源氏、ご苦労。そのドレスはそこへ置いていけ。
Genji, good work. Set the dress down over there.
かしこまりました。それでは親方様。
Well then. Certainly. Well then, master.
我らは先に行こ
We will go
う。
first.
ベアトリーチェ、後ほどな。
Beatrice, I will see you later.
Like, with what I know about what Kinzo did, I am surprised that Beatrice is even treating him, like, somewhat cordially.
Yeah.
Like, I really did not expect her to, like, actually play a fucking game of chess with him.
Her viewpoint of Kinzo is super complicated.
Yeah, I mean, I've got that feeling so far, but also...
Yeah.
Fuck this guy.
Granted.
Wait, no, not literally. Don't do
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. Do not do that literally. But indeed.
You were saying, though?
I was just gonna say, it's just very complicated, and she's not going to unpack exactly what Kinzo did until the next loop.
That's fair. Yeah. Still, like, I don't know. I think I would hate Kinzo so much. Like, even if I respected him a lot because of how he managed to do it, like, the amount of shit he had to do and so on and so forth, which she does, at least so far as I can tell, I would still fucking loathe this man with everything that I had.
Yeah, but of course, you know, that thing we talk about occasionally of, you know, it's, you know, it doesn't make you a ignorant person to still want the approval of someone that hurt you.
Yeah.
Kinzo and Genji left the study. After that, the witch in the dress and the furniture remained.
なぜわらわがそなたに肌を見せることを恥じぬかわかるか？
You know why I am not embarrassed to show myself to you naked.
そなたは家具だからだ。
I do know a little bit about the awful, awful things Kinzo has done to Beatrice.
Granted, only the third episode. We don't. Neither
so
of us
it's
know
not-
anything after that.
It's not a lot, but I do know a couple of the awful, awful things. Like, that's... I'm not entirely ignorant on this one. Even though I kind of wish I was, because, like, knowing that those things happen is kind of not great. Ow! It's because you're furniture.
家具。わかるか？
Furniture. Understand?
家具だよ、家具。
Furniture. Just furniture.
家具に体をさらして恥じる者がどこにいよう。
Who would feel shame at exposing their body to furniture?
だ
Well,
からお前に
So,
わらわ
like, the
恥じる
Western idea of
必
witches
要が
wouldn't
ない
feel shame at all for exposing their bodies in any circumstance. Like the European idea
Yeah.
from, like, 300 or 400 years ago. which she seems to be based on for the most part, except for like the magic system, of course. But otherwise, she seems to be based on that. So there's no reason for me to feel shame in front of you.
Witch rose and her jacket slipped off, just from her shoulders. After that, the jacket fell to the ground with a thump, and the furniture respectfully approached to pick up those clothes, the witch gave it a small kick and it fell over. The furniture was afraid of what misconduct it might have shown.
そなたは家具の分際でわらわに自らボタンを外させるつもりなのか
Bears can't unbutton your clothes for you, Beatrice. Alright, if you're gonna call people furniture, don't expect them to just, like, get up and, like, fucking unbutton shit for you. Alright? Do you, as furniture, plan to force me to unbutton myself?
立て
Stand
そしてこのボタンを外せ
and undo the buttons.
一つずつ丁寧に
One by one, with care. Rikishi not being the humiliation kink allegations. Yeah.
Yeah.
早く
Quickly.
美しく
Gracefully.
粗相なく
With no mistakes.
客人たちを待たせてしまうぞ早くわらわを着替えさせろ
The guests are being kept waiting, so change my clothes quickly.
Yes.
丁寧に外すのだぞ
Undo them with care.
そなたの目玉一つよりも高価なボタンであるぞ
Those buttons are each worth more than one of your eyeballs. Not like that with like the cosmic ball that you and all, fucker.
代わりにそなたの目玉を縫い付けてやる
If you make a mistake and break them, I'll sew your eyeballs in instead.
The entrance hall was bustling with a crowd of shadowy people. It sparkled gold with the gold butterflies flying around. The gentlemen in suits and tuxedos and the ladies in dresses looked like they were having a great number of
Hey, look
friendly
at that.
chats.
Look at that. Some male witches, probably.
Yeah, I can see
At the very
that.
least, male guests.
Yeah.
For, like this witches' banquet, so.
At a glance, it might have looked like a fabulous medieval ball. But they all had one
They
thing in
didn't
common,
wear tuxedos in medieval times.
and that thing was exceedingly bizarre, because all of them had goat heads.
Oh, these are all demons. Fair enough.
Is it a goat mask masquerade? Or did they really have goat heads? Probably couldn't be the latter, but in this bizarre world, really didn't know which was true. Kinzo was amongst those goat nobles, greeting them. Kinzo's greetings were more respectful than would have been expected, as though these were all honored guests. Yeah,
Well, they are to him. So.
yeah, I mean, yeah, they're the demons he's literally been, working with, basically.
Yeah. They're trusted colleagues and quote-unquote friends.
Yep. At that time, Genji's voice rang out through the hall. It was a voice calling for silence. That voice stopped the idle chatter, and everyone turned to face Genji.
今宵復活を遂げましたる我らが黄金の魔女
Tonight we celebrate the appearance of our golden witch, who has achieved her revival,
ベアトリーチェ教のご入場でございます
the Lady Beatrice.
皆様拍手をもってどうかお迎えください
Everyone, please welcome her with your applause.
When Genji began to applaud, it quickly spread through the guests, and became a roaring ovation. Then the Golden Witch appeared from the top of the large staircase.
For your other outfit, Beatrice.
As she gracefully waved her hand, followed by a piece of furniture she was fond of, She slowly descended the staircase. The goat nobles offered unanimous words of celebration in some long-forgotten language.
Let me guess, Sumerian.
And those who were deeply intimate embraced, filled with joy at their reunion. As the witch offered greetings of reunion, the witch's furniture followed behind her the whole time. There was a chain around its neck. The other was gripped in the witch's hand like it was a trained dog. It wasn't there to restrain him. Those chains were a restraining device whose only purpose was to wound the furniture's dignity. He wasn't permitted to wear anything else on his body.
Man ass.
One of the young women goats mixed in with the goat nobles quietly removed her goat mask as the furniture.
Okay, so
some
at least some of them actually do have masks on and aren't just demons.
Yep.
Okay.
Quietly removed her goat mask
Hello,
as the
Bern
furniture
Costello.
passed in front of her, and she spoke with eyes that had no light in them. Her face seemed to belong to a long-haired young girl. Yeah, that's man-ass.
Yep. How pitiful.
おお、ベルンカステル卿。
Oh, Lady Berncastel.
これはようこそおいでよ。
Welcome.
わらわの家具を気に入られたか？
Do you like my furniture?
いい趣味ね。
That's a nice hobby. She's just like, sure.
After saying only that, the witch called Bern Castell once again put on her goat mask and was swallowed up by the shadows of the other tall goats.
負け惜しみよ。
Sore loser.
悔しがってるのよ。
She's ticked off, isn't she?
違いないな。
You're not wrong.
Young women goats giggled, and the witch once again let out a high-pitched laugh.
今宵はわらわのためによく集まってくれた。
Thank you for gathering here for my sake.
久々に古今東西の旧友たちが集う魔女の宴を存分に楽しもうではないか。
Why don't we enjoy to the fullest this banquet of the witch, where old friends have gathered from past and present, east and west?
さあ、今宵を食い明かし、
Come, we will eat all night.
飲み明かし、
Not like that. Drink all night.
すすり明かし、
Slurp what?
食いちぎり明かし。
I just said not like that, Beatrice. Why are you talking about slurping now? Slurp all night and chew to bits all night as we enjoy ourselves.
時計を見よ。終わりの時間と始まりの時間が溶け合う時を指すぞ。さあ、
Look at the clock as it marks when the ending hour and the beginning hour melt together. Come.
魔女の宴を始めよう。
Let us begin the banquet of the witch.
When the witch announced the beginning of the banquet, the large clock pointed to 2400 hours, and the sound of a bell began to ring out.
さあ、今こそ。
That's a fucking great way to say that you're gonna party literally all day.
Yeah.
So, like the beginning hour and the ending hour melt together. Damn. Come, now is the time.
黄金の扉を開こうぞ。
Open the golden door. Canned applause in the background.
Yep.
And it's the same one over again. Excellent. And it just keeps playing on repeat. That's amazing. I love it. Thank you.
All at once, the butterflies leaped in gold, flew all around the inside of the room. Amidst the golden storm and the brilliant gold-colored light, the barrier between this world and another was cut open. Surrounded by the goats' delighted voices, the mansion of the human world and the mansion of those not human overlapped. And the members of the household who praised the resurrection of the Golden Witch scattered into gold butterflies and poured out of the depths of hell was a golden tornado, a rondo of golden demons. Come, tonight we will put aside rank. throw open the wine cellar, drop the snake's head into the liquor pot, throw cows and chickens into the furnace alive, drink and eat and sing and dance, sneer and kill and desecrate and degrade.
Watch him just fucking explode into gore now.
Take me to the
It's like,
Golden Land now.
snap, boom.
To the Golden Land.
I wonder how much the voice actor for Kinzo enjoyed this.
Probably immensely.
Yeah.
The goat nobles were suddenly crushing in around Kinzo, almost like they were kids demanding the signature of some famous movie star. There were only two differences. First, these were witches, not kids. And second, what these
Okay, so
witches
not
demanded
demons.
was not a signature.
They're all just wearing goat heads for whatever reason.
Sea of goat nobles began to drown Kinzo. Only Kinzo's laughing voice echoed throughout the area. Yeah, he's just fucking gored, okay.
Excellent.
The grand mixture of laughter and his death throes, and Kinzo became wine and meat and bread. An aroma if slurped. A rich taste if gnawed, and pleasant to tear to bits. The sound of his death throes lingered on sweetly, and if adorned with melted chocolate and gold and argent, it would make a wonderful dessert. If you took the bones home, you could also use them in a soup. And the remains would even become toys for the children to play with. And they could also become splendid tools for fortune-telling that always brought misfortune.
A little bit of cannibalism right there.
That entire scene was watched by the furniture. It was all fantastical. It was all demonic. Was the quaking of its supposedly paralyzed heart proof that it could still feel fear? That time its knees buckled, and the furniture's body fell down into the middle of the carpet. For all, the witch had kicked those knees from behind.
ひざまずき敬意を示せ。
Kneel and show your respect.
額を絨毯にこすりつけて、己が身の卑しさを示せ。
Rub your forehead against the carpet and show how vulgar you are.
両手を後ろで組み、血肉のすべてをわらわに捧げることを誓え。
Put your hands behind your back and swear that you will offer all your flesh and blood to me.
The furniture let out a painful voice. Fear is the most basic emotion humans have. It's that emotion reviving his sense of self, which should already have been slain.
まだまだわらわの家具にはふさわしくないか。
You are still far from suitable for my furniture.
よい。
Very well.
じっくりそなたをわらわ好みのそしてわらわにのみふさわしい家具に仕上げてやる
I will carefully finish you, making you into the kind of furniture I like, the kind fitting only for me.
今のそなたにできるのはせいぜい客人の方々を楽しませることくらいか
As you are now, I doubt you can offer more than entertainment for our guests.
The goat nobles were surrounding the crouching furniture. It seemed their blazing blood-red eyes couldn't hide their ecstasy at this new young food they'd been given. And from the ugly teeth that stuck out of countless mouths, saliva. Or maybe the traces of meat and wine that they had just eaten dribbled down. The furniture let out a wild scream and it retreated, still sitting on its backside. The circle of goat nobles was closing in. Then the furniture looked at the witch's face. It surrendered to the witch, so believing that the witch would show some compassion, it stared at her face in the end. There was nothing but scorn on the witch's face, and she wasn't even facing the furniture anymore. Winch went off to greet an honored guest with whom she had crossed gazes. The goat nobles looked down upon the furniture. Clearly they had been waiting, just like how one must remove the cork in order to drink champagne. Had to wait for one thing before partaking of the offering served at this banquet. Of course, the furniture didn't know about this thing, but it came out of his mouth all by itself. Just like the unavoidable pop of cork, it inevitably came out of his mouth.
Hi, Battler.
It was a scream. It was a sign that marked the beginning of the modest banquet at which he was to be served.
See you, bitch. Okay, you can stop now, Battler.
Not done yet.
God damn it.
Banquet of the Witch, complete episode 2.
Literally just keyboard mashing from Yukishi.
Yep. By now, the garden was one of both roses and gold. A gold-colored garden where gold butterflies, gold fairies, and gold lizards rampaged and flew about wildly.
Maria, 早く走って
Maria, quickly, run!
早く早く早く早く
Quickly, 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 quickly! Rosa grasped her gun and the blanket wrapped around the ingot and ran at a speed Maria couldn't match, sometimes pausing to call out at Maria to run faster. So she saw it every time. She saw the golden pursuers chasing them from the mansion. The massive gold butterflies was chasing after them like a massive crawling hand, and strange-looking shadows with goat heads were chasing after them. There was no need for her to strain her eyes, because those blazing pupils told her that what would happen if she was captured. Mama, wait! Mama, wait! Maria fell down. For just an instant, Rosette was ashamed by thoughts of abandoning her daughter and running away. And at the instant her feet touched the ground, she ran back. The goat head that had sprinted over to get the first bite grabbed hold of the back of Rosa's own child's hair and pulled. Mama, no! Rosa rammed into the goat head with her shoulder, spun, bashed the back of her elbow into the goat's jaw, and buried her knee into its protruding chest. And she thrust the barrel of the gun inside the goat's head's mouth as it's doubled over from the pain in its gut.
私の目の前でマリアに指一本触れてみろ
Just try laying one finger on Maria in front of me.
元来た地獄が生ぬるかったことを教えてやるよ
I'll show you just how lukewarm the hell you came from is.
You're not allowed to be cool, Rosa.
Right? The blast from the Winchester's .45 caliber long Colt bullet exploded inside the goat head's throat, and its medulla oblongata was instantly pulverized. The goat head hadn't understood. It had thought women were like pre-opened wine bottles. It had thought that turning them upside down would immediately make their deep red contents come out. Maria, who had been released, hugged Rosa. But the pursuers were still coming. They could see the giant goat heads, who had given up pretending to be human, running towards them from across the rose bushes. Rosa spilled several extra bullets, which had been in the pocket of her coat, all over the place, and told Maria to pick them up. Yes, pick up, pick up.
マリア、ママがもし倒れたら、あなたは走りなさい。
Maria, if Mama falls down, run.
海岸へ行くの。
Go to the shore.
そして、泳いで泳いで泳ぎなさい。
And swim and swim and
こ
swim.
の島のどこにも生き延びることのできる場所はない。
There's nowhere for us to survive on this island.
ママと一緒。
No, I'll stay with Mama. Rosa's
A
gun
little late for this, but
four
you know,
times.
flashing lights warning.
Yeah. Yeah, just assume if an action sequence is gonna happen, just assume flashing lights are gonna happen. Rosa's gun roared 4 times, but even though 4 shots really did hit the massive approaching goats in the chest, they didn't even flinch. The goats ran with a violent vigor, as though they planned to crush Rosa and Maria with those massive bodies.
弾を入れて。早く。
Put the bullet in, quickly. Rosa grasped the blanket with the ingot in both hands, and she herself sprinted, pulling it along, without even an ounce of fear of those strange-looking giants. It's to protect my daughter. I'll overcome even hell.
見せ
Big
てや
fucking
るよ。
no.
黄金の夢ってやつを。
I'll show you this golden dream.
Alright, sure.
Rosa roared. The goat heads roared. That terribly heavy ingot, after picking up a fearsome centrifugal force and speed, slammed into the head of the goat head. Rosa pulled a fountain pen from her pocket, but she held it crooked. She placed it in her palm, in the gap between her middle finger and her ring finger so that it stuck out when she made a fist, almost like a stinger was growing out of it. The stinger sliced in the left eye of the goat head as it fell over. Was the goat head's roar a scream? Or Rosa's roar was different. She pulled back her fist and slammed the fountain pen that was still stuck into the goat's head's eye. The pointed tip was gouged into the depths of its head. Mama, the bullet went in.
上出来。
Good job. When Rosa grabbed the gun Maria had thrown, the giant finally tumbled on the ground with a thunderous crash. However, at the same time, I saw the goat-head pursuers on the other side of the rose bushes increase in number. I've gained enough distance for now. Held onto the blanket wrapped around the ingot and the gun, and once again ran with Maria. Why am I running with a gun in my right hand and the gold in my left? Why don't I let go with one hand and grasp Maria's hand? Can't let go of the gun that protects my body. Can't let go of the gold that protects my future. Even so, let go of the hand of my daughter, the one who is my future. Run, run, run. She got out of the rose garden and began to run down a staircase through a grove of trees. Rosa knew. This path through the grove turned and twisted many times and only seemed to be long. She tore straight through it. She had played here often since her childhood years, so she knew. To the beach, to the beach, to the sea, to the sea, to the sea. And after reaching the sea, nothing to do but swim, swim, swim. If Maria can't swim, I'll carry her as I swim. Nothing but death on this island. As she raced down the stairs, she took a bad step. Violent pain ran up her left ankle and her mind went completely blank. Rosa fell down several stairs, shocked by her ankle, which was bent at an odd angle. The blanket with the ingot wasn't there. She had let go of it the instant she fell, and it disappeared somewhere into the darkness. Only the gun was left. Tremors in the earth were getting closer. Only a matter of time before the goat heads flooded in. She didn't want to imagine how many there would be, or how strange they would look. The lightly dancing gold pursuers arrived. The gold butterflies surrounded Rosa and Maria, waving and clamoring as though saying, "The prize is here! The prize is here!" Rosa couldn't even try to get up. Violent pain from her broken ankle was so great that she couldn't ignore it, even in her last moments. What am I doing? The gold, which would have been worth several million yen, I've been able to start over with that. Yet I fell, lost it, and now my own life is in danger, and Maria's too. What has my life been? It's born
That's
into
what you get for running in heels.
Yeah, it's born into an incomprehensible family. With irritating older siblings since the day I was born. What did I do? No matter what I did or didn't do, I was always in trouble and bullied and made fun of. What's my life been? Roar inside Rosa's heart shriveled away and disappeared. It disappeared when she heard Maria's crying voice as she sobbed and clung to Rosa.
マリアママはちょっと用事を思い出したの
Maria, Mama remembered something she's got to do.
先に行っててちょうだい
Please go on ahead. No, 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 no.
ママと一緒がいい
I want to stay with Mama.
ママが死んじゃ嫌だ
I don't want Mama to die.
マリアはこんな悪いママでもママと一緒がいいと言ってくれるの
Maria, even though I'm such a bad mama, you still say you want to stay with me?
ママと一緒がいいママと一緒がいい
Yeah, I want to stay with you. Want to stay with Mama.
あなたのことを一番にしているように見せて
I made it look like I was putting you first,
いつもあなたのことを後回しにしてきた
but I was always putting you off.
運動会に行った授業参観に行ったでもいつもママは世間体のことばかりで
I went to your athletic meet. I went to Parents' Day, but I was always thinking about how I appeared to the world, and you were never in my eyes.
こんなママとでもあなたは一緒にいたいというの
Are you saying that you want to stay with that kind of mother?
こんな悪いママなのにね
Even though I've been such a bad mother?
えママ知ってる世界にママは一人しかいないんだよ
Hey Mama, did you know? You're my only mama in this world.
You don't get.
いいママも悪いママもいない
There's no good mama or bad mama.
ママが一人いるだけなの
There's just one mama.
だからマリアは世界でたった一人ママがいてくれればいい
So I don't
Throw
need
the
it.
whole Rosa away.
Yeah. So I don't need any other mama in this
そ
world.
してママにとってたった一人のマリアになりたいの
And I want to be your one and only Maria.
機嫌が良くて甘やかしたいマリアと邪魔だからいてほしくないマリアは別人じゃないの
Maria you want to spoil when you're in a good mood. And the Maria who's a nuisance and you don't want to be around aren't different people.
マリアも
There's only one
マリ
Maria.
アなのだから怖いママも優しいママも一緒
So the scary mama and the nice mama are the same.
マリアに
To me,
たった一人の
they're my one and only mama.
私はなんてバカだったの
Such an idiot.
黄金なんかいらなかっ
I didn't need gold.
たあなただけの手を引いていればよかった
Only I had just pulled you by the hand.
私はなんて
I was such a stupid mama.
ママだったの
A little too late for that, Rosa.
The shadows of the goats covered the sky even more thoroughly than the trees of the forest. Their roars blotted out the world with fear. Rosa still hugging Maria readied her gun with one hand.
マリア一緒に行こう
Maria, let's go together.
ずっと一緒よ
I'll never leave you.
ママが迷わないようにずっと一緒に
Let's always stay together so that Mama never gets lost again.
すぐに会えるよずっと一緒だよ
Yeah, we'll be able to see each other soon. We'll be together
黄
forever.
金鏡で会えるよ
We'll be able to see each other in the Golden Land.
そしたら一緒に遊ぶの
And then we'll play together.
狼と羊のパズルで遊ぶの
Play with the wolves and sheep puzzle.
ママはまだ1問しか解いてないけどマリアは全部解いちゃったんだよ
Mama hasn't solved more than one of the puzzles, but I've solved them
だ
all.
からマリアが出題してあげる
So I'll be the riddle giver. She had bought it as a birthday present, and then hadn't played it with Maria after that first night.
遊ぼうね
Yes, we'll play together.
約束する
I promise. Those eyes, sparkling like red-hot lava, look just like a group of fireflies. They danced closed in and attacked.
Fireflies aren't red, nerd.
I think they're saying, like, dots moving around.
Yeah, probably. I just gotta, you know, be a dickhead. I haven't said anything for like 5 minutes. I gotta do something.
What was that?
I haven't said anything for like 5 minutes. I gotta be a dickhead, you know? I gotta do something.
Yeah, for sure. Come on, let whoever wants to eat the bullet Maria chambered for me step forward.
Like, when I'm not talking on stream, I'm just sort of like sitting here like twiddling my thumb and just like looking at stuff and like popping my ankle and just doing anything else, and it's just like, I gotta say something.
When the seagulls cried, there were no survivors.
Get wrecked, idiot.
Muso, need I say more?
I like it when the achievements in games are like,
Talking to the player.
yeah, like from one of the characters too.
Yeah. Episode 2 Tea Party.
Yay! Hopefully no more man-ass. Because, again, there was more than we ever wanted or needed to see of Valor.
The cannibalism's only gonna continue from here, so if you are uncomfortable by any of that, including the concept of forced cannibalism, do with that what you will.
Forced cannibalism?
As in...
That's
Yeah.
That's like 99% of all cannibalism.
Well, I mean, someone...
At least in fiction.
Yeah. But I mean, someone literally shoving it into their mouth.
Oh, that kind of forced cannibalism. I was gonna say, like...
Yeah.
I don't think the people being eaten consented to this either.
Oh, yeah, no. Rosa awoke from her doze. Must have been a very deep sleep. Her mind was hazy and she wasn't thinking clearly. Where is this? Felt like some mansion, but it didn't seem to be the Ushiromiya mansion. I could see a room that looked like a parlor, and there was some tea that had been prepared, probably been made for her. Around the room, some glitter that looked like gold leaf drifted about, making the scene look quite fantastical. And she eventually realized that there were gold butterflies that further strengthened that impression. There was someone across from her. A woman. A lady. It was the portrait's witch. She seemed to be having a one-sided conversation. Probably talking to Rosa. Rosa, whose mind was clouded up by a deep fog, didn't have a clue what was being said.
Use whatever you please. If there is anything you want, I'll give it all to you. You can think of it as a reward for your good luck, or else as proper compensation for how you've answered to my demands. It may have been a truly trivial matter from your perspective. However, the deal was important enough to me to be deserving of this reward.
What is she talking about? I don't know.
ただせっかくわらわは魔女なのだから
It's just that I am very much a witch.
魔女にしか叶えられない願いを求めるのが利口ではないかと思うぞ
Perhaps you'd best ask for something only a witch can give you.
せっかくの機会ではないかこの黄金
What a
の
rare
ベア
chance this
フリン
is.
チェから恩恵を得られるなど
To actually receive the favor of Beatrice the Golden. Me.
Finally, Rosa started to feel the blood flowing through her body. Her movements were still sluggish, and she couldn't even voice the words she was thinking.
わらわの通り名は黄金の魔女
I am commonly called the Golden Witch.
金蔵に与えたように山なす黄金を与えることは造作もない
I think like all of the great witches could do something like that, right? As far as we know, it's only like their specialty magic that they are unique in.
Yeah.
Bestowing a mountain of gold like the one I gave Kinzo was trivial to me. What fucking deal did Rosa make?
人の世の
I'm guessing it was like when she was very young, otherwise she'd remember.
Well, I think that what Beatrice is referring to is reading out the letter.
Could be, yeah.
Because, I mean, Beatrice did say this probably seemed trivial to you.
Yeah, it could be. After all, you can measure all the pleasures of the human world with money. No, you can't.
すなわち
No, you can't.
黄金こそが人の世の快楽そのものなのだ
Therefore, gold is no more or less than the manifestation of the human world's pleasures. I can definitely see how like someone very cynical would think that, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
そなたは想像ができるか
But like, even I'm not cynical enough for that shit. So like, I gotta wonder like, what kind of person you have to be to think of it
that
like
way.
that.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what kind of brain do you have to have on in your skull to like think of the human world like that?
生涯をかけても使い切れぬ黄金の山が
Can you imagine it? A mountain of gold that you couldn't use up as long as you lived.
As the witch blew on her pipe, multicolored smoke enshrouded their surroundings. As she did this, the inside of the parlor was suddenly filled with stacks of gold ingots. It looked like a shining gold-colored wall. Each ingot was worth several 10 million yen. How much would all of this be worth? Seems simple to even think of such a number.
しかし人の世は難しい
However, the human world is difficult.
どれほど空高く積み上げた黄金であろうとも満たされぬものがあることを知っている
At least she admits it.
Yeah.
I know there are some things that cannot be settled no matter how high into the sky you pile up
埋めら
gold.
れぬ隙間があることを知っている
I know there are cracks that cannot be filled.
わらわはそれをないがしろにしないしそれこそが魔女であるわらわにしか与えられぬ褒美であると考えている
I won't make light of that, which is why this is a gift that only a witch such as I can give.
そなたのそれをわらわが埋めてやるというのはどうか
Why don't I fill those cracks in for you?
なるほどこれはいい
Yes, how about this? It's something only I can give.
わらわにしか与えられぬものだ
You should be very happy.
そなたもさぞや喜ぼう
No need to thank me out loud.
口にせずともよい
I can tell right
そ
away.
なたの心の隙間など顔に書いてあるからすぐにわかるぞ
It's written on your face and in the corners of your heart.
Rosa felt a touch of discomfort at this witch, who kept on talking even though Rosa hadn't uttered a single word. But since she still couldn't manage to speak, was so helpless that it was difficult to even move a finger, she couldn't do anything but listen.
そなたの深き心の傷は どこまで遡れば癒せるのか。
How far must the deep wounds in your heart recede before they can be healed?
これは深い深い。
This is deep, quite deep indeed.
時に破片を飲み込んだまま傷口が閉じてしまうこともある。
Sometimes wounds close up while a fragment of foreign matter remains inside.
そういう傷は見た目には癒えていても永遠にうずきを感じ続けるものだ。
Even when such wounds appear to have healed, they continue to throb for all eternity.
完全に治すために今一度傷口を開くこともあろう。
Sometimes you have to open the wound once more in order to heal it completely.
As the witch spoke, she stared deep into Rosa's eyes. What world was she peering at? Rosa felt uncomfortable, but she couldn't look away.
そなたの痛みはすでに生まれながらにして運命づけられたものか。
So your pain was already fated by the time of your birth.
これはなんともつらいものよ。
How heartbreaking.
言わずともよい。
You don't have to say it.
わか
I understand.
るわかる。
Rosa was gradually being sucked into the witch's eyes. Then the world grew dark, spinning around and round and round as she was sucked in.
ローザ、ローザ、どうしてお前はそんなにバカなのか。
Rosa, Rosa, why are you such an idiot? Oh, that's Krause's voice. Krause is a real adult, so he's very smart. We hated the stupid kid, Rosa. He was a very scary person. He was often hit and my toys were taken from me and broken. Apparently being punished for something bad I'd done, and I never really understood what it was, or why I was being punished. Always punished suddenly, and then later told what the punishment was for, in a forced manner. But it was always something I didn't remember doing. I really hated Krause.
ローザ、ローザ、どうしてお前はそんなにバカなのか。
Rosa, Rosa, why are you such an idiot? Oh, that's Ava's voice. Ava is a real adult, so she's very smart. So she hated the stupid kid, Rosa. She was always a very sly person, and she often lied to me, tricked me, bullied me all the time. Apparently I was stupid, and she said it was only natural for stupid people to be swindled by those smarter than them.
That's fucked.
Yeah, more than a little bit. So I wanted to become a wise person like Ava and listen to what she said. But when I obeyed her, for some reason, someone always got really mad at me. I really hated Ava.
Rose, Rose, どうしてお前はそんなにバカなのか。
Rosa, Rosa, why are you such an idiot? Oh, that's Rudolph's voice. Rudolph really knows how to get things done, so he hated the stupid kid, Rosa. When Krause was around, he would be friendly with Krause. When Ava was around, he would be friendly with Ava. When Krause wasn't around, he would be violent like Krause. When Ava wasn't around, he would play dirty like Ava. And even though he was also bullied most of the time, when Krause and Ava weren't around, he gave me 2 people's worth of bullying. I really hated Rudolph. Oh, but these were my memories from when I was a kid. It's common for unfair things to happen between kids. Mustn't hold on to grudges for such things forever.
Fuck that, bitch. Be pissed.
Yeah. With time, those memories get buried away, and forgetting them bit by bit is supposed to be part of growing up and becoming an adult.
Kill yourself with raw fucking spite like I do. It's definitely not unhealthy or anything.
So becoming an adult is the same as separating yourself from all those memories. Because of that, no matter how much time passed, Rosa couldn't become an adult. Even though she had been blessed with a daughter called Maria and was called a mother, she didn't at all feel like she had become an adult. Which pitied her for that.
Fucking the Arizona Department of Education is teaming up with fucking PragerU.
Oh, fucking hell.
Or PragerU? I don't know which. Fucking whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm not going to give them the respect of properly pronouncing their name anyway.
Yeah.
I'm just going to pronounce it like I pronounce it.
Yeah.
Good fucking gods. Why?
Though, for clarity, it is PragerU, like Prager University.
Yeah, but I know it's named after the dude, but and I know it's supposed to be university, but I just didn't know how to pronounce his name. So
Yep. Yeah, just saying you did get it right.
I said Prager the first time, so not Prager. I think that's called a soft G instead of a hard G. Oh.
Which pitied her.
I
for
always
that.
get it mixed up because the version where you pronounce it like a J sounds harder to me. So it's is that actually the hard version or is that the soft version? I don't know.
She smiled, saying that she could heal that pain herself.
どうやって癒すのか
How can I heal you?
可能ではあるが簡単ではない。
It's possible, but not easy.
時間を巻き戻し、そなたに兄と姉がいなかった世界を与えることもできよう。
I might rewind time and giving you a world where you have no older siblings, and give you a world where you have no older siblings.
そなたは兄と姉に
Fuck.
苦しめられた記憶が残らず。
Side note, for the past 6 streams, Twitch has been telling me that my average stream bitrate is too high, and I'm like, the fuck does that matter, buddy? Isn't the high bitrate good? What is this going on? As long as it's stable at that higher level, what does it matter?
Yeah, really.
What are you doing? Because it's only a couple hundred kilobits per second higher than usual, right? Because it's normally at around 6,000 to 6,200, somewhere around there, and it's sitting at the average is 6,500 right now, and it's just what does it matter, Twitch? This is a good thing. Why do you have a big red dot on my stream manager saying unstable when it's not? It's just fluctuating by a couple hundred kilobits a second.
Yeah.
Which is not a lot when you're working with several thousand like I am.
Yeah, it's just going over a threshold, and apparently, really, really high bitrate can result in instability.
This isn't very high. This is almost bare minimum for 1080p. So, and people streaming 4K on this fucking site sometimes. So I don't know, fucking Twitch can fuck itself.
Yeah.
Let's see, 1080p streaming. It is 4,000 to 8,000 for 1080p. So I'm right in the middle for 1080p. But that way, your memories of being hurt by your older siblings would remain, and in that sense, while you might call it a gift, you wouldn't be able to accept it. Yeah, if I was starving, I think I'd only be satisfied when I had enough food to fill my belly without my stomach turning on itself. So that kind of makes sense. But you're saying it like it's a bad thing, Patrici. Anyway, a person is only satisfied when their starvation is healed. But if you make it so they never starved in the first place, none of them will thank you. Well, that's because they don't remember it being any other way, you fucking nerd. Just like how there are no young people who give thanks for their daily gluttony. Fuck off. Kids should be eating well, period. They shouldn't have to thank you for their food. They're children.
Yeah.
わかるか？
The reward you get for feeding a child is seeing the child not fucking starve, alright? Understand? No, I don't, Beatrice. How about you tell me in detail?
I think she's telling me something really complicated. In short, even if she makes it so I never had older siblings, it wouldn't remove my pain. Maybe that's what she's saying. Strictly speaking, that's not quite right. Healing isn't the same thing as removing pain. It's a pleasure we earn as compensation for withstanding pain. Therefore, removing the pain isn't healing. To know the joy of
That's
healing...
a fucked up way of thinking about healing, Rosa.
To know
What?
to know the joy of healing, you have to know the pain.
となれば、そなたの
Healing is the removal of your injury or illness, not the removal of the pain accompanying it. Because you can take away the pain without removing the injury. Which means you must know joy in order to compensate you for your pain.
そなたは苦難の過去を誇っていい。
You should be proud of your past sufferings.
苦難を知らぬ者には
Beato,
味わいの快楽を知る資格があ
I
る
need
か
to
ら
have a talk with you. In this office. How about you just lay down on this long sofa, and we can ask about how you. We can talk about your feelings.
Yeah.
Um.
Yeah, a little bit.
After all, they are what make it possible for you to know pleasure that those without pain will never experience. Like, I agree that you need to have the opposite end sometimes to make the one end worth it, but also like there's a balance to be struck there, and most people have too much of the one.
Yeah.
Including myself, god damn it.
Yeah.
この快楽を知る者は同じ喜びを他者にも与えずにはいられなくなる。
Like, I literally don't know what relaxation feels like because most of my life, it's like every time I try to relax and like enjoy myself and stop being stressed, it's filled with like thoughts and premonitions of worse shit happening in the future, and it always does. So, you know, it just keeps getting reinforced in my brain. So I just don't know what it's like to relax and feel good. I've had like stress-induced pains in my body for like the past decade and change. This is not how you should live your life. There's too much of one thing there.
Yep.
Those who experience this pleasure cannot help but pass on the same joy to others. Are you acting magnanimous because you think you're healed?
When the witch snapped her fingers, even though the room was still filled with a mountain of gold and had already lost all semblance of reality. A fabulous tablecloth appeared on top of the table. A wonderful meal was laid out, almost as though it was the opening of a banquet in a castle from some fairy tale. For an instant, Rosa truly did feel a pleasurable surprise at how fabulous it was. But at the same time, she felt a bit of anticlimax. After all, she didn't think being bullied by her siblings could be wiped away by just one meal, no matter how delicious.
食は人の快楽の多くを占める。
Food is the source of many human pleasures. That's because we gotta do it, so we might as well make it taste good, right?
生涯生き続ける限り豚のように食い続けなくてはならぬ。
You simply must eat like a pig as long as you live, not like a pig.
一食で
Fucking
足りな
weirdo.
ければいくらでも。
If one meal is enough, then have as many as you want.
その心の痛みが癒えるまで美食の宴を続けようではないか。
Until the pain of your heart is healed, why not continue this gourmet banquet?
始めろ、家具ども。
Begin it, furniture. Oh, I expected fucking
Battler.
Battler to show up.
Yeah, no, Beatrice isn't going to have a naked Battler syrup his aunt.
That would be hilarious, though.
Hilarious, but also, like, It'd remove any kind of mood she's actually trying to set.
True.
As the witch clapped twice, there were suddenly 2 goat-head servants there, and they began to prepare the meal. From the beautiful dishes adorning the table, they efficiently took some food and began to pile it on Rose's plate. It really did look delicious, but Rose's body still felt as heavy as lead. There's no way she'd be able to eat. Maybe they also understood that.
Yourself.
The goat's head servant tied a napkin around Rose's collar and gallantly brought a glass of before-dinner alcohol to her mouth, tilting it for her. Remembered an old servant who had once carried rice porridge to her mouth when she had laid up with a fever.
Yes, come on. Lay down. There you go. My legs are crossed and everything. Fucker. This damn cat. Don't look at me like that. Lay down, fucker. There he goes. Alright, we're good. Cat's laying down.
She couldn't drink it well, and it dripped down from her mouth, but she felt the fragrant sweetness spread through her mouth.
ドイツ産の寄付ワインにあやかった甘きアペリティフよ。
It's a sweet aperitif of noble wrought German-made wine. What the fuck is noble wrought wine?
赤きゴールデンドロップで染めたワインカクテルだ。
It's a gray fungus. Huh? You can make wine out of this shit? Alright, well, whatever. I don't know enough about wine to actually read that and like figure what the fuck it means. A wine cocktail of white wine mixed with a crimson golden drop.
名付け
A
る
little bit too much of a plosive on that
ブ
one.
ラッディ・クラウスか。
If I had to give it a name, I'd call it a bloody Kraus.
そなたの兄を圧搾機にかけて絞り出した血のゴールデンドロップだけで染めてある。
Soaked with just a golden drop of your brother's blood that was squeezed out of a compressor. Damn!
Rosa coughed violently. The bright red that had stained her face made it look as though she had coughed up blood.
そなたは紅茶に詳しかろうから意味がわかろう。
You know a lot about black tea, so you should know what that means, right?
ゴールデンドロップとは最後の一滴のことだ。
Golden drop refers to the last drop in a drink.
紅茶で最も貴重な一滴と言われている。
It is called the most precious drop in black tea.
そして血のゴールデンドロップも同じ。
So a golden drop of blood is the same.
人間から絞り出せる血液の貴重なる
That is a
最後の
great
一滴
fucking concept. I gotta save that for my vampires.
Clearly.
I mean, it's obviously used a lot in vampiric fiction, it's just never actually called the golden drop.
Right.
Don't look at me like that, cat. I'm not talking to you. He's just got his head, like, leaned back along his body, like, staring at me upside down. What do you want, fucker? Here. Here's some ear scritches, you little shit. The last and most precious drop of blood squeezed out of a human.
あれにて
Shut
絞
up,
る。
Phoenix. No. We squeeze it using that.
As the witch snapped her fingers, a bright red veil that had been set up before something large was removed. The solemn and massive machine there was just like poppet for a large-sized person. Many large bulb-like things stuck to it. And it looked like a sinister torture device. By its unnerving
Silence,
shape,
Phoenix.
She could tell with a human strength could be used to
There is
tighten and
definitely not enough
compress
room for both
something.
of you up here.
And it seemed that there were still some squeezed dregs remaining, as if the bright red remains that stained it.
しかしゴールデンドロップは一度に一滴しか取れぬ。
But you can't take more than one golden drop at once.
どんな
You
人
can't
間か
take
ら
more than
も
one
一
golden
滴以上は取れぬというわけだ。
from like a single person. No matter what kind of human you take it from, you can't get more than one drop. Hi, buddy. Yes, you handsome little
しか
bastard.
しわらわは魔女。
But I am a witch.
人を蘇らせることもまたたやすい。
Reviving a person is easy for me.
When the witch snapped her fingers, the human compressor suddenly began to shake, though she could also hear a groan. It looked almost as though someone sleeping in that man-sized coffin had woken up and was now struggling to get out. That was wrong. What was inside definitely had been squeezed through dregs. Using her magic, the witch had once again revived the squeezed dregs to how they'd been before they were squeezed. Grey goat-head servants with muscular physiques approached the compressor, forcefully started tightening the large bulb. As they did, an unearthly moan came from inside the coffin. Rosa thought she knew the owner of that voice.
And now he's rolled over onto his back to get me to scratch his chest.
Of course.
My buddy.
料理は料理場でがふさわし
It is fitting for cooking to be done in the kitchen.
い。もう十分だ。下がれ。
Enough. Stand back. You feel better now, buddy? Is that what you wanted?
ゴールデンドロップがどれほど貴重なものかお分かりいただけたかな？
It's a big yawn, buddy. Do you understand how precious a golden drop is?
それを集め、それほどに赤く染めるには何十人分も絞らなければならぬ。
To have it stain this crimson requires that several dozen people's worth be squeezed.
The witch definitely said that only one golden drop could be taken from a single human, and yet she had dozens of people's worth of golden drops from a single human. Only a witch could do this. Golden Witch Beatrice could kill a single human endlessly. In other words, before Beatrice, even death did not mean freedom.
二口目はいらぬか？
Do you need me to put it a different way?
この男に殴られて口中に滲
This
ん
shit's
だ
like
血を飲み込んだ日を
reminding me of
忘
like
れ
what
た
I've done with Gwyneth.
Yeah.
Oh man. It's like whenever so you know how the god that she's trying to kill has servants, mortal servants like every other god.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever one of them shows up at her door, instead of like letting their souls go to the wheel, she just rips their soul out and stuffs it in a jar to basically just like torture for all eternity.
Yeah.
So it's just sort of like that. Whenever she wants, she can just like grab one and just stuff it in a new body and just do whatever with it, or just keep the old one around and just like prevent it from decaying through magic. But whatever. It's like, damn, this is some Dark Lord shit. Fuck.
Yep.
Have you forgotten the day this man hit you when you swallowed the blood that ran into your mouth?
そうそう、あの味を思い出せ。
That's right, remember that taste.
こぼし尽くして枯れ果てた涙の味を思い出せ。
Remember the taste of the tears that you spilled until you were dry.
その悔しき思い出を癒して足りるアペリティブであると信じている。
I believe this aperitif would be sufficient to heal that regrettable memory. Beatrice, I don't think that most people derive pleasure from torturing the people that they hate like you do.
Once again, the goat-head servants tilted a deep red glass against her mouth. Rosa tried resisting by closing her lips. The deep red liquor was relentlessly poured into her mouth, which hung open with shock, and the inside of her mouth was filled with a ghastly sweetness. It definitely was a fragrant sweetness. The living blood of her brother, who had given her such hateful thoughts, made her soak her pillow so many times, had been collected from his death, repeated dozens of times. How could the crimson-stained wine not be sweet? Rosa tried to spit it out. Because of that, deep red wine that spilled out of Rosa's mouth looked like a blood stain. Now that she knew that this ghastly substance wasn't a simple aperitif, Rosa couldn't help but feel uncomfortable about what would happen if this banquet continued.
それは旬の野菜による二枚舌のサラダ風
I don't like that phrasing. That's gonna be something fucked, isn't it?
Yes. This
That
is
is a double. Yeah, this is what you warned about, like the forced cannibalism.
Mm-hmm.
That is a double-tongued salad made from vegetables in season.
お前がいつか食いちぎってやりたいと9歳の誕生日の日に願ったエヴァの舌で作った念願のサラダよ。
On your 9th birthday, you made a wish that you'd someday get to chew this to bits, this salad made from Ava's tongue. What the fuck is going on with this family? I have never wanted to eat the person that I hate. Or bite them or anything. I mean, I do want to, like, I did want to, like, bite people just to fucking cause them pain, but not, like, eat parts of them, you know? Or chew on them, you know? Like, what is going on with this family? Kinzo, what did you do? I know what you did. I know what you did, Kinzo, but also, what did you fucking do?
Yeah, taking this generously maybe destroyed that, you know, silver tongue, that forked tongue kind of thing, not...
Yeah, what the hell, woman?
Yeah.
And I'm assuming she's telling the truth about this too, or at least Beatrice telling the truth about this wish that Rosa had when she was 9, at least. Like, what the fuck, though?
When Rosa heard the true nature of the pink-colored meat piled up in the salad, she had a sudden impulse to vomit her guts out. Furthermore, the goat servant stuck a fork in it, carried it to Rosa's mouth.
姉の二枚舌のお味はどうか?
I love that the background teeth there have enormous canines.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's really good. Because in the other ones, it sort of looked to me like it was multiple mouths eating from the same spot, basically. But like now that I'm looking at it a little bit more closely, no, that's just like some really big teeth.
Yep.
That's actually really good. I like that a lot. How does your double-tongued sister taste?
さぞや柔らかくとろけるであろう?
It must be quite soft and enchanting, right?
Probably would be quite sweet, soft, and enchanting in her mouth. After all, Ava's lies were always sweet, and young Rosa had always listened to them. You might say the stimulating pepper seasoning expressed the truth behind those lies well. As the tongue salad that kept being pushed into Rosa's mouth was covered with saliva, she spat it out. The goat head servants carefully returned it to the plate, carried it to Rosa's mouth over and over again.
言うに及ばず、そのサラダにはエヴァの舌を5枚も惜しげなく使っている。
It goes without saying, but I made this salad liberally using 5 of Ava's tongues. Damn!
1人から1枚しか奪えぬ。
You can't get more than 1 tongue out of a person, but that's where magic comes in.
何度でも奪える。
But I can get them over and over.
As Rosa's tears dripped down, she resisted frantically. However, the only way she could resist was by refusing to swallow. Even if she didn't swallow it, the taste of the French dressing increasingly permeated Rosa's mouth.
お気に召さぬか?
Does it not please you?
まだまだ料理は続くぞ。
There's lots more.
ルドルフの顔の皮で包んだ続きのパン。
Sea bass pie wrapped in the skin of Rudolph's face.
脳みそを茹でたスープに 肝臓のフォアグラ。
Soup with boiled brains, liver pot.
デザートにも期待せよ。
Might be pate.
Pate.
Okay. And look forward to desserts.
兄弟だけではないぞ。お前が信頼し、にもかかわらず裏切った人間たちをふんだんに調理した。
Not just your siblings, see. I have lavishly assembled all of those whom you have trusted and yet by whom you were betrayed.
この宴をそなたの心が満足するまで永遠に続けようではないか。
You know, if she could guarantee no prion diseases, I might take that. I'm not very much into cannibalism, but like, you know, I try it once. It's mostly like the moral issue of like eating a person
Yeah.
that stops me from trying it. But it's like if it's just like the sort of like ethically gathered sort of thing, and definitely absolutely 100% no sarcasm, genuinely not any risk of prion disease, sure, I'll try it. I remember these sorts of conversations were like popular on like podcasts like 15 years ago too. I don't know why, but it was.
I think that was either someone came around with like a cannibal like basically offering cannibal meals, or it was like faux human meat.
Yeah, either that or like it was when lab-grown meat was starting to become a thing, and people were like, "Hey, what if we did this with human meat?"
Yeah.
I don't know. I was gonna look something up, but I forgot what it was. I even opened the new tab and everything, and I just
Fair enough.
blanked on whatever it was. I'm struggling to remember now because I feel like it was vaguely important, but I got nothing.
嬉しいだろう、後ろ宮ローザ。
You're happy, right, Ushiromiya Rosa?
嫌がるふりなんかするなよ。本当は嬉しいってのは分かってるんだぜ。
Don't pretend you hate it. I know you're actually very happy. Or, yeah, you're actually happy, okay?
笑いたくば笑えばいい。
If you want to laugh, then do so.
ムカつく兄貴や姉貴の悲鳴の生演奏がないとご機嫌になれないってんならいくらでも聞かせてやる。
If you won't feel better until you've heard a raw performance of your annoying older siblings' screams, I'll let you hear them as much as you'd like.
いいんだよ、いやいやで。
Fear not, your reluctance doesn't trouble me.
それがお前の勝負なんだろ。
That's just your personality, right?
本当は全身が泡立つほどに嬉しいんだよ。
On the inside, you're actually so happy that your skin is crawling all over.
なのに表向きは苦しんでるふりをしてるだけなんだよな。
And yet, on the outside, you're merely pretending that this causes you pain, yes?
いいんだぜ。
Hey, so go to
お前
therapy.
が気にする世間体も対面も何にもない。
It's alright. Here, there's no need to worry about honor or your public image or anything.
存分の大笑いして食い散らかせよ。
So laugh as much as you want and chew it to bits.
最高の宴だろ。後ろ見やろうぜ。
Isn't this the best banquet, Uchi Romeo Rosa? Gucci Romeo Rosa. Okay.
Please stop.
すまぬすまぬ。デザートを驚かそうと思って内緒にしていたが、やはり明かしておこう。
Oh, I'm sorry. I wanted to leave dessert as a surprise, but let me reveal it now anyway.
明かせばフルコースを食べ遂げようという励みにもなるだろう。
Maybe that will be enough incentive for you to eat up the full course.
デザートは お前が愛しているふりをし続けなければならないマナ娘。
Is this actually a reward or is this torture? Because you are the kind of person who would think of this as a reward, but you're also the kind of person who would do this to someone who is unwilling because torture. I don't know which it is. Well, then again, as they say where I'm from, porque no los dos.
Yeah.
But, your dessert is that beloved daughter you had to keep pretending to love.
マリアとリンゴのオーブン焼きだよ。
Oven baked Maria with apples.
うまそうだろ。
Doesn't that sound yummy?
こいつを食べればお前は全てから解放される。
Sorry, random yawn out of nowhere. Once you eat this, you will be released from everything.
自由だよ。自由。
Freedom, you see. Freedom.
やっ
Freedom!
一人の人間として
Sorry.
自由を得るんだよ。
Contractually obligated.
嬉しいだろ。
Understandable.
Finally, Rosa will gain freedom as an individual person. Aren't you happy?
嬉しいはずさ。よだれが垂れてるぜ。鏡を見てみろよ。
You should be happy. Drool is hanging from your mouth. Just try looking in a mirror. I love that the imp laughter is always the exact same file, just played faster.
Yeah. Suddenly, a muscular goat cook was holding Maria under his arm. Maria gazed at Rosa with a face that was only slightly sad.
ママ、マリアのこと邪魔だった？
Mama, was I a burden?
邪魔じゃない。
You aren't a burden. As Rosa spat out the food that was continually being carried to her mouth, she was covered with filth and saliva and blood. She resisted filthily and screamed.
ママがマリアのこと邪魔なら、マリア食べられても平気。
If you think I'm a burden, I don't mind if you eat me.
だって
fuck?
マリアはいつもママにひどいことばかり。
After all, I'm always doing horrible things to you.
ママが男の人を連れてくる時も静かにできなかった。
Even when you bring a man over, I can't stay quiet.
ママが男の人とお泊まりしてくる時、寂しくて暴れてお部屋を台無しにした。
When you spend the night out with a man, I get lonely and unruly and make a mess of my
勝
room.
手に探しに行って迷子になって警察のお世話になってママに恥をかかせた。
When I go to search by myself, I get lost. The police pick me up, and you're shamed.
何日も帰ってこなくて泣いちゃって近所の人に慰めてもらってママに恥をかかせた。
When you don't come home for several days, and I cry and have to be consoled by the neighbors, you're shamed. Yeah. Yeah, this was another thing that certainly made me angry.
Yay!
こんなマリアだからママの迷惑になってる。
Because I'm like this, I'm a burden to
生
Mama.
まれてきてごめんなさい。
Sorry for being born.
だからマリアはママのために美味しいリンゴのオーブン焼きになるの。
So I'll become delicious oven-baked apples for Mama's sake.
そしたらママに初めてマリアがいてよかったって思ってもらえるかな。
And then, maybe Mama will be happy I exist for the first time.
マリアを食べて美味しかったって思ってもらえるかな。
Maybe she'll eat me and think I'm delicious.
美味しいよね。
Alright, so, question. Is this actually Maria?
I
Or
believe
is this, like,
I believe this is
Maria as a witch?
I believe this is actually Maria.
Like,
But I will spoil it a little bit. We're not about to kill Maria like this.
no, I'm sure we're not, but I'm just thinking, like, did Beatrice, like, coach her into saying this? Like, hey, you want to be a witch? Here, do this.
No, I think she's just speaking from the heart. which also just makes it incredibly sad.
Yeah. Fuck's sake. The only way I can think of that Maria would have gotten it into her head that, like, Rosa eating her as a pie would make Rosa happy is if Beatrice said something like that. Because if Beatrice didn't say something like that, then what the actual fuck is going on with this family?
Yeah, like, I'm sure Beatrice coached her for this specific level of torture.
Yeah, because, like...
I just mean,
without that, I'm gonna start, like, thinking, like, Kinzo, what kind of fucking blood curse does your family have?
Yeah, a little bit, but no, I do think Beatrice coached her for that part of it.
Like, what kind of fucking demonic taint is, like, 8 generations back in your bloodline for everyone to be all twisted and fucked up like this?
Yeah.
Isn't it delicious?
感類にむせべよ。娘がここまで行ってるぜ。
Be choked up with tears of gratitude. Your daughter is saying this much for you, right?
マナ娘とリンゴのオーブン焼きなんて最高のデザート。
Oven-baked apples and your beloved daughter make for the best dessert.
これだけ美味しい食材に育てられるなんて。
You've managed to raise such delicious ingredients.
あんた最高の母親だぜ。後宮ローゼ。
Aren't you the best mother, Ushiromiya Rosa? Okay, that tilts it into actual, like, torture. Rather than, like... Maria's... No, not Maria. Beatrice's, like, twisted reward.
Yeah. Mama, thanks for everything.
Bye bye.
Wait, Maria, that's wrong. Stop it already. No. I didn't want something like this. Please stop. Please forgive me. No, stop it already. Don't put it in my mouth.
Have you been satisfied with my hospitality?
ならば、そなたには認めてもらおう。
Then I'll have you accept it.
わらわが魔女であることを。
That I am a witch.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Rosa is actually the only holdout here.
I mean, she believed at the end, though, didn't she?
Yeah, she did, so maybe it's one of those she hasn't fully accepted and, like, placated Beatrice.
宣言せよ。
Or maybe she's just using it as an excuse to torture her for, you know, hurting Maria, her apprentice.
Yeah.
Or disciple, or fucking whatever. Her contact with the main world. However she thinks of Maria. I don't think Maria will get chosen by the key at some point, but it would be interesting to see if she ever does.
後宮ローザはベアトリーチェを魔女と認めると宣言せよ。
Proclaim it. Ushiromiya Rosa accepts that Beatrice is a witch.
認めます。
I accept it.
後宮ローザは
Ushiromiya Rosa accepts that
魔女だと認めます。
Beatrice is a witch.
だから何を返して。
So give Maria back.
私を
Release me.
ついに認めさせたぞ。
I finally made you acknowledge
小
it.
賢しきバトラは屈服し、黄金鏡に招かれながらわらわを否定する愚か者ローザにも認めさせた。
That crafty battler has already surrendered, and I made Rosa, the fool who denied me even after being invited to the Golden Land, accept it.
完璧だ。
Perfect.
It's perfect.
That accident English hurt me.
完璧な勝利を。
Like, of all the characters, like, Beatrice should have a better accent than that.
True.
I've accomplished my perfect victory.
さあマリアを連れて行け。ローザに美味なオーブン焼きを振る舞ってやれ。
Bring Maria. Prepare a delicious oven roast for Rosa. I don't think that one he's translating.
う
Yeah.
まそうだな。俺にはてめえの牛血をスライスしてサンドイッチを作ってくれ。
Looks
The
delicious.
fuck, Battler?
Swipe up your cow tits and make me a sandwich.
その声は。
What are you surprised? Okay. What, that voice?
An arm grabbed the back of the witch's head and smashed her face into the table.
Yeah, alright, fair enough.
As it did, the witch broke to pieces, turned into a cloud of gold butterflies that reformed into her body a short distance away.
I guess that proves if you can catch him off guard, you can still, like, punch a witch in the face.
Yeah?
バトラー。貴様。家具となって魂まで屈服していたはず。
You bastard, I thought you'd surrendered so far that even your soul was furniture.
そのつもりだったんだがな。てめえの趣味の悪いレシピに耳を貸してるうちに腹が減ってきちまってよ。
Reminds me of last time. Like, even the broth of your corpse, and I was like, I'm hungry.
Yeah, I do remember that now.
I did say that off stream, but like, yeah, it was just like a.
No, actually,
I don't know what I'm gonna do with the.
You said
I said it off stream, like afterwards. Yeah, after we hit the button, because I said like I don't know what I was gonna do with the rest of my day, except eat, of course. I don't know why, but broth of your corpse made me hungry, which probably doesn't say good things about me.
Yeah, me too. But while I was listening to that gross recipe, I started to get a little hungry.
魔女の丸焼きが食いたくなってきちまったのさ。
Now I feel like eating a whole roast witch.
それからマリア、自分を食べてなんてセリフは10年早えぜ。
Maria, it's 10 years too early for you to talk about someone
Okay,
about
Battler,
having
you
someone
didn't
eat
have
you
to
up.
make it sexual. You didn't. God damn it,
You didn't.
Battler.
Granted, we also made the joke, but we didn't make the joke in a way they could hear it.
I was mostly just like having like Beatrice just like, hey, don't phrase it like that. That's weird.
Yeah.
Ah, gods. And like when I was like raving about like what Maria said, it was genuinely like, what the fuck is this twisted like, family sort of shit? Not sexual in any way, but like the straight on the cannibalism bit.
Fair enough.
Here to eat food and categorically deny the existence of witches through logic and reasoning, and there's no food on the table. I know there's plenty of food on the table. It's just not something he will probably actually eat.
But in 10 years, you better say that to me, promise.
That's okay. Battler, please, for the love of all the gods, shut your fucking mouth. Oh my god.
まだしたな。どうぞおばさん。
Sorry to keep you waiting out, Rosa.
俺は忘れてたぜ。
I'd forgotten.
こいつは俺とこの女の一騎打ちだったんだ。
This is a one-on-one fight between me and this woman.
俺が屈するわけには断じていかなかったんだ。
It's totally wrong for me to give in.
ローザおばさんが粘ってくれたおかげで 再び戦う気力を取り戻せたぜ。
Thanks to you hanging in there, I've got my will to fight back. It is her
Person,
thoughts.
He gave up down.
Yeah.
Yeah. This person, he gave up down to the depths of his soul and he surrendered to me, didn't he? I see. He doesn't know when to give up. Just what I'd expect from Ushiromiya Kinzo's grandchild. So the chick of a phoenix is a phoenix after all. It's like you'd think it'd be magically enforced, like once he actually like made the contract and then surrendered. You know? How dashing! How amusing!
Maybe, but also, he is kind of an anti-magic field, so maybe, like, any contracts are broken the minute he gets his resolve back.
I don't think he's anti-magic so much as he just can't interact with it.
そうでなくてはな。
I wouldn't have it any other way.
わらわの期待する後ろ宮バトラとはそうでなくてはならん。
I wouldn't have you any other way, Battler.
わらわを否定してみろ。そしてそれをわらわは完膚なきまでに叩き潰す。
Try to deny me. I'll completely and thoroughly smash you to bits.
何度でも屈服させてやろうぞ。一度靴を舐めたそなたに何度でも敗北の味を教え込んでやる。
I'll teach you, one who has licked my shoes, the taste of defeat over and over again.
Yeah, you're not gonna, you know, surpass that L, Battler.
Yeah, you're not gonna like get that one to go away.
上等だぜ。この後ろ宮バトラ。泥をすすってでも立ち上がる男だってことを教えてやれ。
No problem, I'll teach you that I, Ushiromiya Battler, am a man who can stand back up even after crawling through the mud.
俺は喧嘩で無敵だった試しはね。
I've never been invincible in a fight.
何度か負けてる。
I've lost loads of times.
だがな、必ず泥をすって立ち上がる。
But I'll definitely crawl through the mud and stand up again.
そして必ず蹴りをつける。
And then I'll finish this.
男の喧嘩はな、負けを認めない限り、どれだけ叩きのめされようと負けじゃねえんだよ。
In a man's fight, you don't lose until you accept defeat, no matter how much you get beat up. Drop the misogyny, but otherwise, good for you, I guess?
I guess. Although it does remind me of one of the scenes in one of the Freebird episodes where like one of the mages is just like, if you're a man, then we gotta settle this with our fists, because like all the mages are out of mana, so they just start fucking punching each other. Like a 60 or 70-year-old mage doing it too. It's just fucking hilarious.
Excellent. Don't think I'm out just because you took a shot at me.
楽しませてやるぜ。ベアトリーチャー。
I'll give you a good show.
受けて立とうぞ後ろ宮バトラ。
I'll accept your challenge, Ushiromiya Battler.
家具ども、次なるゲームの準備を始めよ。
Furniture, begin preparations for the next game.
その間に貴様にはたっぷりと聞かせてもらおうで
I
は。
want to know why at least Kinzo and Beatrice are obsessed with calling their servants furniture.
It's
Like-
interesting. I'm sure we'll get some sort of indication of that later. Because,
Yeah, like I wonder if Kinzo got that from Beatrice or did Beatrice get that from Kinzo?
yeah.
Like, it could go either way.
Yeah, it could go
Especially
either
with
way.
how she was acting at the beginning of this loop with Shannon and Cannon.
こたびのゲームでは密室も多いぞ。
While we're waiting, why don't you tell me all about it? There were a lot of closed rooms in this game.
そなたの逃げ工場のほとんどをわらわが赤で叩き潰した。
Using red, I've smashed to bits most of the methods by which you tried to talk yourself out of them.
その上でさらにどのようなへりくつで言い逃れてみせるのか。
What other evasive quibbles will you show me now?
礼拝堂の鍵、ジェシカの部屋の鍵、使用人室の鍵、 夏日の部屋の鍵、客間の鍵。
The lock to the chapel, the lock to Jessica's room, the lock to the servant room, the lock to Natsuhi's room, the lock to the parlor.
お前らのお得意な奇想天外。
Use your bizarre specialty.
空想張ったり、
Those delusions, rantings, daydreams, and bluffs.
とんでも超展開斜め上で、わらわをとことん否定してみせろよ。
All slanted with ridiculous, incredible turns of events, and show me how thoroughly you can deny me. Yes, Ember. Hi, buddy.
ダメだ。
Pawing at my hand.
全然ダメだ。
It's useless. It's all useless.
Why is it's useless a battle cry for you? What the fuck, Battler? Battler, it's useless is not a good battle cry. Please choose another one. You need to stop playing on my fucking cable, you little fucker. I'm not gonna read out the credits, by the way.
Yeah, no.
I could, but I'm not going to. Fuck that shit. I am far too fucking lazy for that.
Agreed.
That's why I don't play like Infinity Engine style games on stream or anything. Even though I fucking love them, I am not reading all that dialogued. Dialogued? Dialogue. Unsubscribed, huh? Minor spelling error. What are you looking at me like that for, cat? Stab the cable, dickhead. Does that need an apostrophe there?
I guess.
I don't think it does.
No, it is a real name.
No, I'm just like wondering why it has an apostrophe in like the Romanized version, you know? Like,
No, what I mean is, like, it does straight up have a apostrophe. In Japanese, it has a comma.
the kanji has a... Okay. Alright, I guess. Fair enough. Whatever. Sure. I need to name this shit with the reality warper mage. I also need to name the reality warper.
Yeah.
I know I gave them a regnal name, I think, or a sovereign name. Oh, we can call it a regnal name. That's fine. But I don't remember what it is now. Souls. Or Fettered Souls. Shackled Truth is what it was, yeah. The Sovereign of Shackled Truth. Okay. But I don't actually know who, like, they are, you know? What their name is, etc. All I got is that they're albino, and mute.
Yep.
But, like, what's the source of their muteness? Like, can they just, like, not, form the sounds for the language? Or are they missing their tongue? Like... Or are they cursed, maybe? That they can't actually speak the common language. Literally speak it. I mean, but they can speak other languages. I don't know.
But yeah, just a straight up comma in there.
Yeah, I mean, fair enough. Yeah, so there is, yeah, right there. Oh, that's not even, like, his name isn't even in kanji. It's just in hiragana. It's weird, though, because there's one Japanese character there for each romanized letter as well. Like, was this person's parents like the same thing as like Kinzo, where they just like mashed some shit together, maybe?
There is also a place in Hiroshima by that name, so maybe he was named after the place?
Could be, but you'd think it'd be in kanji then, right? Like, I don't know. I think I'm gonna make that setting with the Sovereign of Shackled Truth be like my Underdark, as in like the one that's like super fucked up. There's like just absolute goddamn monstrosities everywhere. Because the way that I do it in Well of Souls is I just like make normal animals magic more or less, and then like warp them based on that. You know, like blade spiders are fucking enormous, but they're still just spiders, right? Like they're not inherently magical, and they're not like huge monstrosities or anything. They're just like thin-legged spiders, so they can like move around in the swamp, and they just happen to be really big. And that's how like most of the creatures in Well of Souls are. So what do you even call that kind of like? Is it fantasy horror? Maybe is that how you call that kind of creature design? I don't know.
I guess.
It's like it's very rare that someone actually makes something like that, right? So I don't actually know.
Yeah, I would just call it fantasy horror because it is the mashup of those two genres.
It's like Bloodborne kind of shit, you know? Like it's just like barely recognizable, fucked up body horror monsters.
Yeah.
Or like even when something's not like weird and like abomination style, they're just like masses of muscle and claws.
Yeah, episode 2 was pretty good. We got a lot more introspection on a lot of characters.
Yeah, from a story perspective, I like that. I said at the beginning of the stream, though, that like there were more anime battles than I expected from something like this, and I'm not fond of the anime battles.
That's fair enough.
Like, I like the idea of someone actually using their magic for combat, but like the way that the magic was portrayed at first made me think more of how I do it in the hunt, where it's not throwing fireballs, right? It's manipulating chance and coincidence and fate and circumstance and shit like that.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
Like if you have like a
delicious
protection
snack
from bullets or whatever.
is the name.
Oh, is that what the yeah?
Yeah.
I couldn't see because I was looking at like chat and everything, so my fucking avatar was covering the damn corner. So like if you have like a protection from bullets charm or whatever on you, it's not going to stop the bullet in midair or whatever. It's just going to make you get hit in a very lucky place, right? Like if you've got a
I get you.
like a Bible in your breast pocket or whatever, and you also have that charm, it'll hit the breast pocket and the Bible and get bullied there or what have you instead. Which it's definitely enough like it's subtle enough where like you can look at that and just be like, yeah, he was just lucky. But when that happens 10 times in a row, you're sort of like, okay, there's something funky's going on here. That's what I figured like magic battles were gonna be, right? Like,
Yeah.
not people with fucking wrist blade lightsabers going at it.
さて
I figured like Beatrice could do like funky shit like summoning demons and like hurling stakes and shit like that on the spot because she's a great witch specifically, right? But no, apparently she can just like create windstorms and all sorts of things and do actual like fantasy style magic and not folklore style magic. Well then, did you find that game enjoyable?
ここまで一方的なワンサイドゲームだと見応えを通り越して退屈よ。
A game that one-sided goes beyond riveting, and beyond being riveting, it's boring.
これは相変わらずお点が辛い。
My, but you're harsh as always.
退屈を愛さないベルンカステル教にふさわしい。
Considering how proud I was to have created a development so impactful
これは手厳しい。
that it might satisfy even the boredom-hating Lady Berncastel, this response is quite harsh.
迫力についてはまあ認めるわ。
Well, I'll admit it was impactful.
ただフェアなゲームとしてはひどいものね。
However, it was horrible as a fair game.
もう少し対等な条件でないと。
Unless you make the conditions a bit more even.
勝ち目がないと言われるか？
Are you saying there's no way to win?
ベルンカステル教に？
Not even for Lady Berncastel.
どういう意味かしら、ベアト。
I wonder what you mean by that, Beato.
ごまかさなくてもよい。
There's no need to try and fool me.
すでに知っておるぞ。
I already know
そなたが傍観者でないことを。
that you're no bystander. Yeah, to expand a little bit on like what I was saying about the anime battle thing, it's like I'm not opposed to anime battles in my urban fantasy, horror fantasy, whatever. It's just that that's just not what I was expecting. So it's sort of, you know.
隠し通せているつもりか？
Were you planning on hiding it?
そなたは人の領地まではるばるやってきて、わらわの逆の目に貼る不届き者よ。
You're an outrageous person to come into someone else's territory from such a great distance to work against them.
わらわのゲームを傍観するつもりでいて、わらわの敗北に熱く張っておるのだろうが。
You came to watch from the sidelines, and probably to push strongly for my defeat.
図星であろう。
I've guessed right, haven't I?
だったら
And if so,
実に面白い。
truly amusing.
あのラムダデルタ教を退けた最強の魔女、ベルンカステル教と戦える機会を賜れるとは、本当に愉快よ。
That I should be granted a chance to fight against Lady Berncastel, the strongest of witches who defeated Lady Lambda Delta, is truly a pleasure. I don't like Lambda Delta's name.
I understand.
Just because, like, it's just it's two letters mashed together, but they're making you, like, pronounce the letters by name. And it's just like, bruh, please, no.
そこまで自
Yes,
信
I'm
満々
also
のあなた
pleased.
がボロボロに負けるところが見たくてはるばるやってきたんだもの。
I came all this way because I really wanted to see you, brimming with confidence, fall apart and lose. I wonder if, like, Lambda Delta was originally like in her initials. I'm guessing when she was Greek or whatever. Could be interesting, actually. Whatever. Anyway, what an honest person.
それにしても、わらわと大ベルンカステル教との対決を。
Even so, it would be a shame if the contest between me and the great Lady Berncastel, was resolved without at least one observer. Resolved, not dissolved. Thank you. You called her here, didn't you?
あの子
That kid. Is it gonna be Maria? Nope, some random person. Oh, for fuck's sake.
見つけたわよ。ようやく見つけたわ。ベルンカステル。
We did not need a 1,000-year-old fucking lolly. I know this was like 15 years ago, but also we did not need a 1,000-year-old lolly. Please.
If it makes you feel any better, the story, as far as I know, doesn't heavily sexualize her.
Well, I mean, I would hope the fuck not with Ryukishi's background. But that's not what I was going for fuck's sake about anyway.
Oh.
It's just that she's like a 12-year-old. There needs to like stop having that trope, right? Where there's a 1,000-year-old lolly. Just stop it.
If it helps you any, she's also kind of the villain of Higurashi.
Was she like fucking with everyone in Higurashi then?
Yeah, more or less.
Okay, fair enough. Because I don't remember Higurashi at all. I just remember the art style mostly, and that people just like randomly fucking died brutally for no goddamn reason. That's all I got. I'm just really tired of having like 1,000-year-old ollies, you know? Because they're in fucking everything. They're in everything, and like I know this it was like relatively fresh to have this kind of character when this came out, so I can't complain too much because this is like fucking what is it, 2007, 2008, something like that. Hold on, I gotta look it up now. Umineko, release date, yes. Stop it. 2007, yeah, okay. So what, 17 years? Yeah, 17 years. Oh, I'm old! Oh, that hurts. It hurt itself in confusion. Oh no. Anyway, I found you. I finally found you, Burn Castell. You good there, Mel?
Yeah, I was just pulling up on here. That's what she looked like in Higurashi.
I remember this. I know this character. I don't remember anything else about them, but I know this character. How are you, Lambda? Looks like you've got lots of spare time, too.
退屈を愛さない同士再び巡り合うのは運命かしら
I wonder if it's fate that the pair who hates boredom should run into each other again.
バカな子ね。私に勝てたのはちょっとした運と相性の問題だとどうして気づかなかったのかしら。
Stupid kid. Can't you see you only won against me because of a little luck and a problem of compatibility? That was literally like stated outright in the first Tea Party, actually.
Yeah,
Or the
it
first
was.
question mark thing. She was just like, yeah, I only won because of compatibility, so it doesn't matter.
それで天狗になってよりにもよってベアトリーチェに喧嘩を売るとは身の程知らずもいいとこね。
After that, you became such a brag, and now you're even picking a fight with Beatrice. Shouldn't you learn your place?
ベアトリーチェは強いわよ。
Before anyone mentions it, I know I have a 12-year-old vampire. Alright, I got it. but that's literally all about the horrors of being a several 100-year-old Wally. All right, it's twisting the damn. Well, I mean, actually, that's playing it completely straight, like so straight that it like just it fucking examines actually what's wrong with it. Anyway, Beatrice is strong. You alright there?
Yep, just grabbing one more image just to kind of show, yeah, she's got the red eyes and everything.
Okay, that's what I remember most, I think, is those fucking eyes. Because those look very, very familiar to me. And she's even more brutal than I am. Just a bit. So I remember that effect happening on more than just her, too. There were other characters that had that effect on their eyes, that weird fucking almost glow. But I don't remember, like, any of their names or anything, so I can't, like, tell you who it was. And by the way, don't go shortening people's names without their permission. I think Lambda Delta is probably like the kind of witch that Maria wants to be. Just looking at her outfit.
Yeah, as far as like appearances, at least.
Yeah. You're dumb too, Beato. If this kid's in your game, she'll make a mess of everything.
Lambda Delta 教には決してギャラリーとしてだけお呼びしたのではない。
I certainly didn't just bring Lady Lambda Delta here to watch from the sidelines.
そなたがわらわと逆の目に張っているとお伝えしたら、今日はそなたの逆の目に張ると仰せになられた。
After informing me that you were betting against me, she said that she would bet against you.
あんた、まだ根に持ってるのね。
You're still holding a grudge, aren't you?
私は宇宙最強の魔女なんだから。
She's even got the ho 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 thing. Again, I know like this is one of the trope setters because like it's that far back that it's hadn't been played out yet, but oh my god, please. It hurts me every time a character like this shows up on anything. I probably wouldn't be so tired of it if it wasn't, you know, fucking 17 years after this shit. Because I'm the strongest witch in the universe. But I lost to you, which means I'm not the strongest. So any enemy of yours is my ally. And there you have it. Ow! Sorry, I just popped, like, stretched and popped my knee. Fuck. That hurt. That was a loud one, too. I'm surprised it didn't show up on my fucking microphone. At least I didn't see the audio fucking monitor, like, pop up when it did that. Damn. With the great Lady Berncastel as our opponent, this may not even count as a handicap, but it should make for good entertainment. Do as you like. Now that I've been exposed, allow me to get serious. That would be well. Going easy has never been written in my dictionary.
この度の貴重な縁を楽しもうではないか。
Lady Lambda Delta, let us enjoy our precious time together.
こちらこそよろしくよ、ベアトリーチェ卿。
Yeah, I'll be counting on you, Lady Beatrice.
こいつには私も散々に栄養飲まされてるの。
I've been betrayed by her pretty bad. I've been betrayed pretty bad by her too.
私たち二人で叩き潰して2倍でお返ししなきゃ腹の虫が収まんないのよ。
Until the two of us smash her up and pay her back double, I won't be able to rest.
こちらこそよろしくよ、ラムダ。
I'll be counting on you, Lambda.
そしてベアト。
And you, Beato.
どういう勝敗になろうとも、これは私たちにとってとても有意義な戦いになるわね。
No matter what we fight over, this will be a very significant battle for us all.
そうね。もちろん負ける気はないけど、私たちには勝敗以上に意義がある。
That's right. Of course, I don't plan on losing, but we've got to go beyond who wins and who loses.
何しろわらわたちは退屈を愛さない。
After all, we hate boredom.
The three witches giggled, cackled, and guffawed.
その通りよ。感謝するわ、ベアト。
Are there more witches gonna get involved in this, or is it just these three?
There
I feel
will
like there's more witches.
there will be more witches, I'm sure.
So I vaguely recall, like, another witch in a screenshot somewhere. But I don't actually know. Like, I don't know if I just made that the fuck up in my brain or not.
やっと退屈から逃れられそうだわ。
That's right. I should thank you, Beazo. It looks like I'll finally be able to escape my boredom.
せいぜい私を楽しませなさい。
Do your best to entertain me,
ラムダデルタと二人がかりで。
along with with Lambda Delta. Almost called her Lady Lambda Delta
そ
on
うさ
accident.
せてもらうぞ。
Leave it to me.
そうと決まればベアト、早速作戦会議をするわよ。
If we're decided, Beato, then let's start a strategy meeting right now.
その子の弱点は知り尽くしてる。それをすべて伝授してあげるわ。
I know all of this girl's weak points, and I'll teach you all of them.
にもかかわらず、ラムダデルタ教はお破れになられたと。
And yet, Lady Lambda Delta, you were defeated by her.
もう、教えてあげない、教えてあげない。
I think it's the fact that she also acts like a child that's bothering me. I won't tell you, and I'm not reading that one.
退屈しない御人であるな、ラムダデルタ教は。
You're never boring, that Lady Lambda Delta.
でしょ
Lamb to Delta,
面倒を
sure.
よろしくね。
And Lamp to Delta this time.
あれで寂しがり屋なのよ。
Isn't she? Take care of her. She gets lonely easily.
なるほど。今流行りのなんとかというやつか。
Yeah. I see. So she's one of those that are popular these days.
さすがはラムダデルタ教。
As expected from Lady Lambda Delta.
最先端でおられる。
Quite cutting edge.
もう行きなさいよ。あの子。あなたが追っかけてくるの待ってるわよ。
I do like the meta commentary there.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. I like that a lot. Go already. That kid's waiting for you to chase after her.
それでは失礼しよう。
Then, if you'll excuse me.
また次のゲームに。
See you next game.
ごめんなさいね。
I'm sorry.
厄介なのが来たけど、気にしないで。
that troublesome one came, but don't mind it.
それよりひどいことになったわね。
More importantly, things sure got ugly.
私もラムダとのゲームでだいぶ悲惨な末路というのを経験してきたつもりでいるけど、
I thought I experienced a very tragic end in Lambda's game.
今回のは群を抜いてひどいわ。
But this one is exceptionally horrible.
あなたが膝を抱いて心を閉ざしてしまう気持ちもわからなくない。
I can't say I don't understand why you're hugging your knees and closing up your heart.
こんな末路あと何度もやられたら100年を待たずに心が殺されてしまうわ。
If you meet a fate like that a few more times, it'll take a lot less than 100 years to kill your heart.
ベアトにカンパされてしまったから白状する。今のあなたは
Peito saw through me, so I'll
かつてラムダ
confess.
の世界にとらわれていた頃の私にそっくりなの。
You are now just like I was in the past when I was imprisoned inside Lambda's world.
過酷な運命の迷路に閉じ込められ、魔女にいいようにいたぶられている。
Shut inside a labyrinth of cruel fate, tormented by a witch, in a manner of speaking.
私はそこから生まれた魔女。
I'm a witch who was born from there.
だからあなたの姉に当たるのかもしれない。
So maybe I'm like an older sister to you.
だからあなたに力を貸そうと決めたの。
So I decided that I'd lend you my power.
しかし私の運命に比べてもあなたのそれはあまりにもむごい。
However, even compared to my fate, yours is truly brutal.
同情どころか涙までもらってしまいそうなあまりに悲惨な。
You certainly don't fucking look like it, Bern Castell. But I guess that's the type of character you are. Anyhow, not only do I sympathize with you, I'm almost brought to tears by your tragic fate.
でもどうかくじけないで。
But please, don't lose heart.
ベアトになんか決して屈しないで。
Please don't submit to Beato, no matter what.
確かにあの子のゲームはあまりに卑劣。
Certainly, that child's game is quite unfair.
ゲーム版を少しだけ見させてもらったけど、
I'm guessing they're calling each other kid and child in the same way that, like, we call each other that little shit, or, you know, whatever.
Yeah, I'm starting to get that impression.
Because obviously, like, one cannot be extraordinarily older than the other because they're all calling each other children.
Yeah.
I've only been allowed a glimpse of the game board.
その舞台仕掛けのいやらしさは多分ラムダデルタのゲーム版のそれをはるかに上回るわ。
But the unfair and clever devices set up on the stage are so disgusting that I imagine they far surpass those on Lambda Delta's game board.
しかも恐ろしいことにあの子は駒を指すとき常に最善手を指しているわけではないの。
And what's even more frightening is that when that kid moves a piece, she doesn't always make the best possible move.
ここがラムダとは大きく異なる点。
This is where she's very different from Lambda.
ラムダは勝つために常に最善手で圧倒的な数の駒を指してくる。
Lambda always uses an overpowering number of pieces to make the best possible move in order to win.
しかしベアトはたまにわざと手を抜いて駒を指してくるの。
But Beato sometimes intentionally goes easy on her opponent when she moves her pieces. I fucking knew it! Sorry, I didn't mean to peek my mic, but also,
Yeah.
I fucking knew it!
している私たちにとって
Back when the first chapel, the thing, and like, yeah, he so-called cornered her, I fucking knew it was an act. God damn it!
There you go.
Vindication! Since when we're in trouble, we try to seek out our opponent's strategy by looking at their moves.
これは非常に手強い情報のノイズ。
This creates a very formidable amount of noise in our information.
厄介な撹乱になりうるわ。
That might cause a troublesome amount of disorder.
しかし
In real life, we call those
チェ
feints
スに例え
whenever
る
you
なら
make it like
無駄
a
な一手は相手にノイズを与えるかもしれないけれど、
not even opportune, unoptimized move in order to bait out like a certain reaction, and then you like attack it a different way right after. It's a feint. However, as in chess, though a player might be able to create some noise for their opponent with a useless move, they'll still miss out on the more valuable move they avoided.
つまりスケール余地はゼロじゃないってこと。
In other words, it's not like your opportunities to take advantage of this are zero.
あなたには信じられないだろうけども、今回のゲームもそう。
Although you may not be able to believe it, that analogy holds true for this game as well.
あれだけ圧倒的な展開に見えて。
Even though those developments look so overpowering,
実は隙がある。
there actually was a weak point.
つけ込ませたいかのように隙がある。
A weak point that almost looks like she wanted you to take advantage of it.
それが罠なのか、こちらを試しているのかわからないけども。
Though I don't know if it's a trap or if she's testing us.
とにかく屈服しないで。
Anyway, don't surrender.
思考を止めないで。
Don't stop thinking.
あらゆる可能性を否定しないで。
Don't deny any possibility.
あなたが戦う意志を持ち続ける限り、ベアトに勝ちはない。
As long as you continue to hold the will to fight, Beato will not win.
魔女の戦いは守りが肝心よ。
What's the most important element in defense during a witch's battle?
勝とうとするより負けないようにしなさい。
Rather than trying to win, try not to lose.
認めたら負けなら断じて認めてはダメ。
If accepting her means your defeat, then you definitely mustn't accept her.
あなたに魔女を認めさせること、これがベアト
Making you
の
accept
勝
witches.
利条件の一つであることは、もはや
There is no
疑いよう
longer
もないの。
any doubt that this is one of Beatrice's victory conditions.
私もあなたの味方であると公言した以上、できる限りの力になれるよう努力するわ。
Now that I have announced that I'm your ally, I too will make as great an effort as possible to lend you my power.
あなたも努力なさい。
Make an effort yourself as well.
もしまだ膝を抱いているなら、早く立ち直って。
If you're still hugging your knees, quickly stand back up.
こういう時、なんて言ったかしら。
In times like this, what did I used to say again?
そのファイト。
Go for it. Yeah. What? Just came out of her fucking mouth.
A catchphrase from Higurashi.
It's so embarrassing doing this.
私がここまでしてあげたんだから、早く立ち直りなさいよ、ね。
I've done this much for you, so quickly stand back up. How old are the kids in Higurashi? I don't remember.
Let me see here.
But I know that, like, Lambda Delta was wearing a fucking red backpack, so, like, that seems like she's, like, 8 in that. If that.
Let's see. Higurashi. There is a time skip in there, so between 6 and 16 for Rika.
6. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Why she used to say that then? Okay, fair enough.
And then let me see about
there you are.
Satoko. Higurashi age. Let's see. Between 11 and 17. And obviously this doesn't...
Like, they were definitely very young during that.
Yeah.
For parts of it.
Yeah, for parts of it. And then it's ambiguous whether Lambda Delta was a part of Satoko and just became a witch, or if Lambda Delta already existed and took over an existing person.
It could even be like, from what we've seen in Umineko, at least, it could also be an avatar where she's erased like a lot of her personality and power.
Yeah. The reason I say that is Satoko actually fought against the witch.
Hmm.
And in that, she was actually unnamed. Lambda Delta only came in Umineko, but...
ベルンはいじけてどっか行っちゃったかしら。
Wonder where Baron shrank off to.
本当にざまあないったらありゃしない。
Could she be any more lame?
それにしても相変わらずベルンが選ぶ駒はしょぼいわね。
Even so, just like usual, the pieces Byrne chooses are pretty shabby. Hey, fuck you.
だってそうでしょ。
I know I need a shower, but I'm not shabby. My hair is just a little, I just need to wash my hair, alright? Fuck you. Get out of here, lady. It's the same with chess, right? If all your pieces were pawns, you'd have zero chance to win, right?
駒は
Yeah.
全部ルークやビショップ
Pawns can do some fucked up
絶対
shit
負けやしないわ。
if you know how to use them. If all your pieces were rooks and bishops, you definitely wouldn't lose.
まあ前回は私がついつい哀れになって好きな場所から駒を進めていいわよって言ったら
Well, last time, right when I just felt a little pity and said she can start with her pieces anywhere she wanted.
ベルンのやつお情けの空気も読めずに手持ちのポーンを全部入場させた状態から始めて
That idiot Byrne, without taking notice of my compassion, started with all of her pawns on my side of the board.
何よあれあんなの負けでもなんでもないんだから
What's up with that? That wasn't a loss or anything. I think that's still a loss. You're the one that changed the rules for it. Weirdo. Just remembering it makes me queasy.
そんなわけでこの私はベルンがギャフンとする顔を見ないと腹の虫が収まらないわけ
Because of that, I won't be able to rest until I see Byrne's speechless face.
そんなわけなんでベルンの駒のあんたがそんなざまなんで私は最高にいい気分なわけ
Excellent, thank you. And since you, Byrne's piece, fucked up so bad, I'm feeling just great.
しかもあの子はあれでいて本当に負けず嫌いだから
Plus, she may not look it, but that girl really hates to lose.
きっと今頃悔しくって歯ぎしりをして涙をポロポロ流してる
Hey,
わよ
Lambda Delta, you think maybe that's because every time she lost in the past, you fucking killed her?
Yeah. Also, you might be projecting.
Yeah, a little bit. Plus, she may not look it, but that girl really likes to lose, so I'll bet she's off somewhere grinding her teeth and crying her eyes out right now.
本当にざまあないわよ
Stop it with the oh ho ho, please. Gods, you hurt me. How totally lame.
ほらあんたも一緒に笑いなさいよ
Come on, laugh with me. No! Your laugh annoys me.
ちょっとあんたまだ膝を抱いてるの
Wait a sec, are you still hugging your knees?
ベアトにちょっと本気出されたくらいでもうそのざまなの
Okay, look, Battler did literally get eaten alive by witches and demons. I think he's allowed to be a little traumatized.
A little bit, at least.
Like, I don't like Battler, but also, I think he's allowed to be in a state of shock right now. It's okay. You're already like this just because Beato got a little serious.
Battler did not sign up to be bored.
Yeah, he was not on that train.
情けないったらありゃしない
Could you be any more pathetic?
あんまり情けないからちょっとだけ力を貸してあげるわ
Huh? Well, I guess she does, like, not want it to be boring, even if she wants to win, so... I guess. You're so pathetic, I'll help you just a little bit.
この宇宙最強で絶対の魔女である大ラムダデルタ教が
I, the great Lady Lambda Delta, the witch of certainty and the strongest in the universe,
あんたの絶望的な勝率をほんのちょっぴりだけ絶対に近づけてやるわ
will associate myself just a tiny bit with you and your hopeless chances at winning.
どう 謝なさい。
You should thank me.
ベアトリーチャーね、確かに残酷で強力な魔女かもしれないけれど、この私の敵じゃない。
Yeah, if I remember correctly, her thing is that she can win anytime the chances of her winning are not zero under normal circumstances, and Burn Castell can force any chances of something happening to be zero, period. So,
No.
that
it's,
really is just like a...
Other way around. Lambda Delta can make anything almost zero chance.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah. You're right. Yeah, I remember that now.
Yeah, and if the chances aren't literally zero, Burn Castell can make it certain.
Shouldn't Burn Castell have the title of the Witch of Certainty, then?
I don't know what her title is, so I don't know. I also wanted to check something.
Yes, please. Oh, cool. We do have these. Excellent.
The Witch of Certainty.
It is a 1,000-year-old lolly. God damn it. I was just exaggerating. Motherfucker.
She embodies the idea that hard workers are rewarded and is revered even by humans. Though she is a witch, she does not stray far from the concepts of humans. For that reason, her power as one worshipped by humans is incalculable. However, she is fickle in whose efforts she chooses to reward, and in many cases, she bestows her favor upon those who entertain her the most. Her immense, swift, and terrifying power can make any witch surrender in an instant. However, she is often reckless, and Burn Castell was able to take advantage of that.
Someone fucking end my suffering.
Ah, Witch of Miracles, that's it.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah, I mean, that's fair. Yeah.
The Witch of Miracles, who has lived for 1,000 years, her vast power is capable of creating all kinds of miracles, but her heart has broken a bit as a result. Back when she was a human, Lambda Delta once imprisoned her within a cruel fate, toying with her the whole time. As a result, it seems she's unable to abandon others who are caught within a similar fate. Theoretically,
First, that tail should be coming out of the back of your skirt, not underneath your skirt. Secondly, I'm assuming that they're all 1,000 years old, in the same way that Beatrice is 1,000 years old.
yeah, I would assume so. Theoretically,
Which is that not necessarily that they were back around in 1000 CE, but they've lived through cycles and loops enough that they've gotten to the age of 1000.
Yep, that's my understanding. Theoretically, she's a witch with the greatest of powers, but in practice she is no more realistic than folding a piece of paper 100 times so that it reaches the moon. Yet she did fold it 100 times. The Beatrice, the Endless Witch, who has lived for 1,000 years. She is known for being exceptionally cruel, even among other witches. She loves bullying the weak and is capable of using trial and error endlessly to find the cruelest fate they can possibly be given. And she toys with her victims even further by piling on one after another. This witch is extremely powerful, but word has it that she sometimes becomes obsessed with creating certain patterns, so that her means end up becoming her goals.
Yeah, we've seen that already with how she's obsessed with using these closed rooms.
Yep.
You know,
甘いからよ。
I don't know if I read that last line.
Oh,
Yes, I did. You know, Beatrice may be a really cool...
Oh, sorry, I thought you said
may
you did.
really be a cruel... No, I didn't. May really be a cruel and powerful witch, but she's no match for me. Why? Because she's soft.
あの子はあと数手でチェックメイトできる局面を作りつつ、わざと詰めない。
Though she'll set up the board in a way that'll let her win with just a few more moves, she'll intentionally avoid cornering you, and it's because she wants to drag out the torture. That's not soft, she just wants to drag it out longer. She'll do things like take worthless pieces and place excess pieces on the board to make things more one-sided.
早い話が価値が見えると遊び出す悪い癖があるってわけ。
Simply put, she's got the bad habit of playing around as soon as she thinks she's won.
あんたやベルンにとって辛い様々な攻め手のほぼ全てが
Almost all the various attacks that hurt you and burn
私から見ればやりすぎの無駄もいいところ。
look like utter waste and overkill to me.
つまりそれこそ好きであり チャンスでもあるってわけ。
In other words, she's got a weakness and you've got a chance. See?
恐れるに値する相手じゃないでしょ。
She's an opponent to be afraid of, right?
手段と目的を時に履き違える。
She sometimes mistakes her means for her
そ
ends,
して悪い遊びが過ぎる。
and she has too much dark fun.
その結果、自ら弱点を作り晒してさえいる。
Sometimes that even ends up creating and exposing her own weak points.
私のような最強の魔女から見れば、なんでこんな余裕ぶったことをす
Hi,
るのか
Ember.
理解
I'm in the middle of narration. Can you get your tail out of my face? No? Get your tail. Seriously, get your tail out of my face. He keeps twitching it like directly into my mouth. Get out of here, fucker. For a super powerful witch like me, it's hard to understand why she's able to act so tough.
自ら勝率を下げてるなんてね。
Why she lowers her own chances of winning.
でもまあ、そのせいでベルンみたいな相手を読んでかわすタイプの魔女には非常に相性が悪いってわけよ。
But, well, because of that, a witch like Byrne, who likes to thoroughly read her opponent, has a really bad affinity with her.
読みが効かないから。
Because reading her doesn't work.
ベルンにとっては私みたいな素直で正直なタイプは読みやすくてやりやすいんでしょうね。
Maybe it's really easy for Byrne to read and handle a straightforward and honest type like me, considering that she's supposed to be a tsundere. I don't think she's actually honest and straightforward at all.
私みたいな超火力タイプはベアトみたいな軽くて広い弾幕タイプなんか真正面から打ち破れちゃうわけだから。
Annoyingly enough. Well, still, a super firepower type like me can flat out beat up a light, wide-range barrage type like Beatrice.
相性のじゃんけんみたいなものかしら。
So it's kind of like rock, paper, scissors.
私がパーならベアトがグー、
If I'm paper, Beato is rock.
ベルンはチョキってとこね。
I would have compared Beatrice to paper and Lambda Delta to rock. But, like, I guess they have to keep the what beats what thing. Because, like, honest and straightforward is, you know, like a fucking
Yeah.
rock to the head. And, like, wide-range barrage is paper. And then the precision of Byrne's, like, strategy is absolutely scissors. Which means Byrne is scissors.
まあどうでもいいことかしら。
Well, maybe that
確か
doesn't
に
matter.
私のパーはベルンのチョキに負けるけど、パーより
Even though
はる
my
かにす
paper
ごい
loses to
超
Byrne
パーだ
scissors.
ったらチョキにだって勝てるでしょ。
God damn it. So, like, Byrne Castell as the lolly doesn't bother me because she just doesn't act like a child, right?
Yeah.
Lambda Delta bothers me because she's a 1,000-year-old witch that acts like a child. Ugh. It just, I don't know. I don't like lolly shit.
That's fair.
Like, obviously, protect the lolly, but only when the lolly is actually 6 years old, you know? Like, protect Maria.
Yeah.
But don't make a 1,000-year-old witch that looks like a little girl and acts like a little girl. How am I supposed to believe that she's 1,000 years old? Damn it. Like, why are people obsessed with this thing? I don't get it. Even though my paper loses to Byrne scissors, if I was a sheet of super paper, which is way more awesome than normal paper, I could beat even scissors, right?
つまりこのラムダデルタ卿は超パーってわけ。
Basically, I, Lady Lambda Delta, am super paper. Shut up. Get off my desk.
少しは血色が戻ってきたみたいね。
It looks like you've regained a bit of your color.
ベアト
It's rage color. That's what
ロ
it
ーザ
is.
とかいう駒をいじめて遊んでるわ。
That Beato, she's having fun torturing some piece called Rosa.
一見すると本当に趣味の悪いやつだと思うでしょ。
At a glance, you'd think she has really nasty tastes, right?
違うのよ。
Wrong.
あんたが立ち直って戻ってくるのを期待して時間を潰して待ってるだけなのよ。
She's just killing time, hoping that you'll stand back up in return.
Okay, so this actually happened before the tea party.
Mm-hmm. That's what I was thinking.
わざと憎まれるようなことをしてあんたの義憤を引き出そうという手ね。
It's a move to fire up your righteous indignation by intentionally doing something detestable.
ああ、や やだやだそういう子って。
Oh man, I hate kids like that.
じゃあ私は戻るわね。
Anyway, I'll head on back.
私があんたにちょびっとだけ力を貸したのは内緒よ。
Don't tell anyone about me helping you out just a little bit.
別にあんたを助けたくて力を貸したわけじゃないん
Oh,
だか
for
らね。
fuck's sake. Pardon me while I go scream into the fucking void. Like, I gotta give Umineko, like, a pass on a lot of this stuff because it's old enough to be one of the trope setters, you know?
Yep.
But it is still real frustrating sometimes. I mean, it's not like I helped you because I wanted to save you, okay? Baka.
この宇宙最強の魔女の私はベルンに負けて最強の座を奪われちゃったの。
I, the strongest witch in the universe, had my throne stolen away when I lost to Burn.
それで私はベルンからその座を取り戻さなくちゃならないわけだけど、
So I'm gonna take that throne back from her.
もしここでベルンがベアトに負けちゃったら最強の座が今度はベアトに移っちゃうじゃない。
But if she loses to Beato here, then it's Beato who will get the position of the strongest next, right?
まあ別に私はベアトから奪い返す方が楽だからいいわけだけど、それじゃあ私の腹の虫が収まらないのよね。
Well, it's not like I'm complaining, but it'd be easier to steal the throne back from Beato. But then I wouldn't be satisfied, you see.
ベルンは私が打ち負かす。
I will defeat Burn,
そして最強の座も私が取り返すの。
and I'll take back my position as the strongest.
別にあんたに力を貸すわけじゃないんだからね。
You don't have to use the trope line twice. It's not like I'm really helping you,
ベル
okay?
ンを泣かせたら許さないんだから。
I won't forgive you if you make Burn cry. Ah! Put me out of my misery! Just fucking kill me. Son of a bitch.
And that's just the translation team. I am Super Paper. Complete the hidden tea party.
That's a pretty good achievement name, yeah. Fuck. Ugh.
All right, well, that concludes episode 2 of Umineko. For the stream, we will be back with episode 3, but for YouTube, I will sign off here.
Yay.
Let's just fade in here and see what the new screen is. A different sort of mansion.
Very bright this time.
Very bright. Anyway, watch us on Twitch if you want to watch this live. This will be the end of Umineko episode 2.